All right, so while we are waiting for the other participants to join our platform, let us have first, um, let us know first the other inline webinars sponsored by the Apothem Learning Center. So please do not forget to follow and share our official Facebook page and YouTube channel. There you can look for timely webinars and face-to-face trainings and seminars that you might be interested to join. So let us have um, first we have strengthen your instructional leadership and elevate your teaching practice with our instructional supervision training, which will be happening on October 4, 11, 18, and 25, 2025. This 12-hour program, classified under the curriculum and pedagogy domain, is recognized under the Expanded Career Progression System for Teachers, Debit Order number 24 Series 2025. You're going to earn 5 certificates while deepening your skills in key areas such as assessments of learning, lesson study, designing thinking, and inclusive education. Next, we invite you to join the webinar workshop titled Digital Learning Revolution, Advancing Digital Skills and Ethical Awareness in the Classroom. From October 24 to 26, 2025, this PRC accredited program offers 10 CPD credit units and 24 hours focus on integrating artificial intelligence into teaching while promoting ethical digital engagement. It's aligned with the expanded career progression system and designed to foster transformative ethical digital learning environments. So if you are interested, and also please encourage your colleagues, the registration fees will start at 500 pesos for our early birds. That will only be until October 5. And then finally, be part of our comprehensive 60-hour masterclass on transformational leadership and instructional supervision, your gateway to advancing through the expanded career progression system for teachers. So this is very timely because the DepEd has already issued memorandum about the career progression. So we will really use this certificates and of course the training, the learnings that you will gain from this in order for you to be promoted. Okay, so this program running on select dates in November 2025, which helps strengthen your credentials for promotions, which I've mentioned earlier, from teacher 4 up to principal position. So develop competencies aligned with the PPST and equips you with the practical skills in supervision, data-driven decision-making, and ethical leadership. So you may enjoy our early bird rate starting from 1,500, which is only until October 15. So the Apothem Learning Center is the institution that will bridge you to this learning programs. So take advantage of this valuable training opportunities to support your professional growth and career advancement. So for more information, once again, the registration details are already uploaded in our official channels, in our Facebook page, and of course on our YouTube channel. So you can visit the Professional Development for Teachers. That is the official Facebook page and group for the learning development programs intended for teachers. And once again, for those who have already just been admitted in our platform, please inform and encourage your colleagues. We are still accepting other participants to join our training. So this is already 16 hours training. So I know most of us are already applying for the promotion. And this will be really helpful for us to gain skills and learnings at the same time. And of course, the certificate is already 16 hours training. So this will be useful for your promotion. And then, by the way, later we are going to have roll call of participants. So since we are in the month of teachers, we are in the teachers month, starting September until October. So later on, as I call your name, you're going to use the microphone, and for you to be recognized as the participant of this webinar, you are going to think or look on the internet a quote about a teacher, a quote about a teacher. So you are going to share it with your fellow participants. Once again, good morning. Again, while we are waiting for the other participants to be admitted in our platform, let us have first the trainings, which are already calendared on the month of October. So we are going to have three seminars this October. First, we have the instructional supervision training happening on October 4, 11, 18, and 25, 2025. So this is a 12-hour program classified under the curriculum and pedagogy domain. So by joining in this training, you're going to earn 5 certificates. These are aligned with the assessments of learning, lesson study, design thinking, and inclusive education. And we have Digital Learning Revolution, Advancing Digital Skills and Ethical Awareness in Classroom from October 24 to 26, 2025. This is a PRC accredited program, which you are going to earn 10 CPD credit units and a 24-hour training. So by joining in this webinar, you are going to have a certificate, of course, and for our early birds, you are going to have 500 pesos as an early bird promo. And on November, we will have 60-hour masterclass on transformational leadership and instructional supervision. This program running on select dates in November 2025. So for our early birds, you can have a promo of 1,500 until October 15. So please encourage your fellow colleagues, friends, to join in this training. Thank you. Again, the attendance form has already been uploaded in our chat box, so you may access the attendance form through the link provided. Please click the link and sign up the attendance for today, for this morning's attendance.
Right? That's fine. If you can, what is your
Mami.
Good morning. On behalf of the organizer, the sponsoring institution, which is the Abatam Learning Center, I warmly welcome you all to today's training program titled Instructional Leadership and Supervision. And as once again, Mr. Jerome Diazwala, and I will be your moderator for this webinar. To officially begin, may I request your attention to proceed with the roll call of that we are going to give a quotation regarding about the teacher. So at the start, so I am Diazwala, and I believe that a good education can change everyone. What a good teacher can. So good morning. So I will be calling one by one the names of participants, and please turn your microphone and share some quotes, inspiring quotes about teacher for the rest of the webinar. Let us start first with Sir Rick Branch. Once again, let's have the result of our one, and we are going to share a quote or inspiring quote about a teacher or about teacher ethics. Be ready. Hello, dear participants. May I please confirm if I am clear and audible?
Good morning, sir. Your connection is a bit
Let's
laggy.
do something.
Ah, ayan, mag-ingat.
Good morning. Good morning. Is it okay now?
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of our moderator, I'd like to do the honors of calling all the attendees for this training. Let me start with Ms. Larissa Bestoca Baclangen of Cordillera Administrative Region. We also have Maylene Imogan of Region 7, Bonifacio Jimenez, Romel Jimenez of Region 3,
Present
Albert
po.
Manayon of Region 9, Elisa Cuevas of Region 1, Melanie Abila of Region 5, Maria Roxanne Mendoza of Region 4A, Calabarzon, John Clint Roluna of Region 10, we have Mutali Jamal of Region 12, South Cotabato, Agnes Benganyo of Region 3, Mark Kevin Lozong of Region 3, Edison Villasin of Region 8, Izel Daog Kidlat of Negros Island Region, Melissa Astilia of Region 8, Charlene Zeng of Region 3, Esmili Italio of Region 6, Meryl Moraleja of Region 4A, Raymar Francia of Region 4A, Raymond Francia of Region 4A, Ramon Cabarera Jr. of Region 5, Christine Desa Munoz Alagaban of Region 5, Jennifer Mangalos of Region 3, Aljon Tusing of National Capital Region, Ruther Ray Ruado of Cordillera Administrative Region, Sara Garcia of Cordillera Administrative Region, Andrea Deliza of Region 3, Roma de los Reyes of Region 3, Raquel Garcia of Region 3, Annalyn Lozada of Region 6, Aida Copia of Region 4A, Claire Juarez of Region 6, Maria Edna Lavado of Region 8. We have Jenna Fabelia of Region 8 also, Joyce Gamboa of Region 3, Ronald De La Cruz of Region 3, Norman Santos of Region 3, Maria Teresa Bautista of Region 3, Ronel Vaje of Region 6, Jose Elmer Lavado of Region 8, Rosaline Barakia of Region 9, Sheila Esmeliarin of Region 3, and Maricel Francia of Region 4A. So those are the participants for our training today and tomorrow. Thank you so much for your participation.
Thank you so much, Sir Jay. Am I now clear and audible?
Yes, Sir
Yes,
Jerome.
of course, sir.
So it's really a very exciting webinar knowing that we are we have many educators joining us today from different schools, cities, and even regions. It's not every day that we get to come together like this. So now to continue our program, um, let us have once again Sir Jay to further inspire us and formally open our training. Once again, we invite Sir J.R.H. Leonidas, the Executive Director of Apothem Learning Center.
Thank you, Sir Jerome, and good morning again, teachers. Welcome to our instructor-led training on instructional leadership and supervision for classroom teachers and aspiring school leaders, taking place on today, September 21 and 22. We're excited to have you join for this important professional development opportunity. This training is closely aligned with the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, which highlight how crucial institutional leadership and supervision are in improving teaching and learning. It is also part of the expanded career progression system, which means mastering these skills is key for those aiming for career advancement. Throughout the training, we'll focus on two main areas. First, the foundations of instructional leadership, where you will gain a deeper understanding of leadership roles and how they impact teaching quality and student success. Then, later in the afternoon, we'll move on to the effective supervision and classroom teachers, where you will learn practical skills like how to conduct classroom observations, give constructive feedback, and support professional growth among teachers. These proven leadership roles, aspiring school leaders, and anyone interested in strengthening their instructional leadership skills. By the end of our time together, you'll be able to confidently lead instructional practices, conduct effective teaching supervision, provide feedback that truly supports growth, and create positive, collaborative learning environment in your school. Today, September 21, our facilitator, Mr. Ryan T. Casulang, the Education Program Supervisor of the School's Division Office of Albay, will guide you through the main sessions, Foundations of Instructional Leadership in the morning, and Effective Supervision for Classroom Teachers in the afternoon. We'll wrap up with a sharing of insights and some important announcements. Following day, so September 22nd, you'll complete self-paced learning activities at your own convenience and submit your work through Google Drive provided in the training brochure. Once you've successfully completed these activities, you will receive a certificate of completion along with other MOVs to support your career advancement, to recognize your effort and learning. So we're looking forward to a meaningful and engaging training experience with you, all of you. Thank you for committing to your professional growth and your dedication to advancing education in our schools. Once again, marahay na aga po sa Indugabos.
Thank you so much, Sir J.R. Leonidas, the Executive Director of the Apothem Learning Center, for giving us a vivid overview of the training today. We now move on to our first session for this training program. The topic is about Foundations of Instructional Leadership. But before that, let us get to know more about our speaker today. He is a dedicated educator and instructional leader, currently serving as the Education Program Supervisor for Mathematics at Schools Division Office of Albay. With over a decade of experience in teaching and school management, he has held key roles including Master Teacher 1 and Teacher 3 at Ligao National High School and School Head at Maonan Elementary School. He specializes in mathematics and educational leadership and management, holding a master's degree in mathematics, education, and currently pursuing doctoral studies. He has proven track record of facilitating professional development programs focused on lesson study, STEM leadership, and higher order thinking skills. His expertise has been recognized locally and internationally, including awards such as 10 Outstanding Teachers of Albay and accolades as an international mathematics coach. Bringing a wealth of practical experience and academic excellence, he is committed to empowering educators through instructional leadership aligned with the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, PPST, and the expanded career progression system. So, ladies and gentlemen, our dear participants, let us now welcome our speaker, our training facilitator. We have Mr. Ryan T. Casulang, the Education Program Supervisor from SDO Albay. Let us give him a resounding virtual applause.
Hello everyone, good day po. This is Ryan Casulang. I'm from Bicol region, from Albay Division. Am I clearly heard po over the waves?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I think we're affected by a massive intermittent signal today because of the things happening around, especially in NCR. I think this is widespread, so please bear with us. But nonetheless, we are to continue with our sessions today as prepared and as planned. Okay, we proceed with our discussions. I'll be presenting my slides already.
Not yet, sir.
Okay, can you see my presentation already?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Sir Jerome. My respect to all the teachers and aspiring school leaders here who are present, and my thanks to the Appleton Learning Center for entrusting me with this session. My session is about instructional leadership and supervision for classroom teachers and aspiring school leaders. This is a 16-hour training, so I guess this will be exciting. Now, to start, first things first, because this was requested from me by Sir Jay, to discuss a few things and clarify things. This is in connection with your promotion. Question one, can you use this training in your attempt to get promoted? The answer is yes. You can use this, your certificate from this training can be used in your promotion attempt. Why? Because of our reference. This was taken from the latest issuance on from career progression, that's DO 2025 and 24. Learning and development, L&D, or training hours that exceed the minimum qualification requirements as defined in the CSE-approved QS. I would like to highlight these trainings are from NAIAP-recognized professional development programs, but not limited to that alone. So APOTHEM is a PRC-accredited institution that runs programs like this. So this training is good. It's a good MOV for your promotion attempt to get promoted. Next question. Is my slide moving in your end?
Hindi, sir.
No po, sir.
Okay, let me fix that. Okay. Here, second question, can you use this training in your attempt to get promoted? This is an emphasis of the first question. Based on CSE Memorandum Circular Number 3 Series 2021, this training can be credited as an MOB for your promotion. Specifically under item B, For Part 4, other learning institutions, which may be government, corporations, partnerships, associations, including foreign or international institutions that are recognized by an international certifying body or are universally recognized as evidenced by a website, a portal, or digital platform that displays professional design layout with high traffic. If you are going to scroll and look at the pages of the Apothem, you will clearly see bullet number 1. High quality programs and courses heavily patronized by members and our clients. And finally, association with highly credible and well-known personalities. So don't worry, this training will be accredited in your attempt to get promoted. Next, another item in the CSC Memorandum Circular number 3, asynchronous e-learning and micro-learning modules. This is synchronous. However, it's hybrid because you will be doing remote work tomorrow. But still, this is fit in the description and provided for by CSC Memorandum Circular number 3. And are you required to go through levels in the career ladder? No, hindi po. You're not required to go through levels. When we say going through the ladder, you're not required to go to salary grades per level. You can skip, but there's a provision, letter B, 3 salary grade limitation. Promotion, whether through reclass or natural vacancy, shall not exceed 3 salary grades higher than the applicant's present position. So if you're teacher 1, you can actually apply for teacher 4. So we just count the number of salary grades. It should not exceed 3. I hope this clears everything, the cobwebs that we have in mind before joining this training. And will you be observed for the COIs? Yes, for teacher and MT aspirants. School leaders, you don't have to worry about this because this is not your case. This is for teachers and MT aspirants. You will be observed in your COIs. You will be told of the schedule. There will be pre-conference before the observation. I guess we'll be highlighting this later in our slides. I hope this is making things clearer for you in your promotion. Who must undergo this training? Master teachers, because this one is an IL and supervision, instructional leadership and supervision training. So who undergoes this training? Master teachers and school leader aspirants. School leader aspirants, say head teachers, assistant principals, or principals to be personnel from the Department of Education or external applicants. They are the ones who undergo this training. Now we proceed to our topics for today. We have 2 groups of topics. The first one is under Foundations of Instructional Leadership. Specifically, you are to understand the role and responsibilities of instructional leaders. Secondly, you are to identify key characteristics and skills of effective instructional leadership. Third, we will be exploring the relationship between instructional leadership, teaching quality, and student achievement. Second, we are going to discuss effective supervision and support of classroom teachers. We will be learning about learning methods for conducting classroom observations and evaluations. You're going to develop possess skills for developing constructive, growth-focused feedback. And finally, you're going to discover approaches that support individual teacher professional development. Are you ready? Please give me a thumbs up or a heart or any reaction if you're ready to go through the slides already. Okay, I don't see reactions, maybe because of my setup. But anyways, I know you're ready for this discussion. Please alert me if my connection is weak so that I can repeat what I have just said in the previous slides. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We proceed. First, I need to know what you know. Can you kindly scan the code and then quickly answer the questions? I'm giving you at most 5 minutes to do this. Thank you very much. 3 minutes remaining.
Okay, so for those who could not scan the QR code, the link is already available in the chat box. You may access the pretest through the link. Thank you.
You have roughly 2 minutes to accomplish the pretest. I have been seeing responses already. I think we have 5 responders already. How many participants do we have, Sir Moderator? We have already 9 responders. And we now have 13 responders. It's okay, Ma'am Larissa. Take your time, please. We understand because we have a massive activity in the entire country. So I think we're affected with that. Our signal is affected with that. So it's okay. Please take your time. We don't want to rush things here because this is a learning session. All right, I saw the concern of Larissa. I've already fixed that. Kindly refresh your screen so that you'll be able to access the form. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for that inconvenience, ma'am. All right, thank you very much for answering our pre-test. Don't worry for those who have not yet completed the pre-test. You just continue later during your most convenient time during our sessions. It's okay because we will not be revealing the answers. As of this moment, I'll be reporting that we have 26 responders to the test, and the average score is 18.2. So good job, guys. This means you already have an ample idea of about the concepts that we are going to discuss today. The test is just 20 items, so the average score is 18.2 already, and the average time that you took to take the test is 3 minutes and 9 seconds. That's a really, really good job. Now we proceed with our slide decks. Okay, for our topic one, we'll be talking about instructional leadership and supervision for classroom teachers and aspiring school leaders. Specifically, we'll be talking about what supervision is, what's your role as a supervisor, and so on and so forth. Following another activity. Yes, I want you please to scan another code, or if you don't have the code, you just a code scanner, you just go to mentimeter.com and then enter the code 59949347. Again, please proceed to mentimeter.com and enter the code 59949347. I'll give you time to go to the website. A few moments, please. I'm having difficulty entering the Mentimeter. All right, is everybody in already? I'm going to present the questions now. The instruction is, there will be groups of words or phrases, legal basis. You're going to match them according to the correct issuance. Is everybody ready already? Okay, the first question is flashed. What issuance corresponds to the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001? Please key in your answers. We are seeing answers for RA 9155. There are 8 answers, 9 already. $11 for RA 9155. We are still waiting for a lot more participants, so answer. We have 4 for PPST. We have 1 for 1987 Constitution. We're looking for the specific issuance or a legal provision, a legal basis. We are still waiting for some more participants. There should be 24 responders. We're still looking for 6. Okay, there's 1 responder for Deped Order number 35, Series 2016. Okay, what's the answer? What do you think is the answer? Okay, you're right, Sir Aljon. The answer is RA 9155, or the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001. Now we proceed to the next. Are you ready? Key in your answer. What issuance supports learning action cells? We have a favorite already. We're looking at Deped Order number 35, Series 2016. We have 13 responders. Are you sure? We have 1 responder for RA 9155. We're still waiting for other participants to key in their answers. What do you think is the issuance for learning action cells? I guess some other participants are having difficulty with their internet connection, and that's understandable. We proceed. The answer for this is, key in your answer, it's DO35, Series 2016 for Learning Action Cells. We're doing this regularly in the Department of Education. Now we proceed to the next. Which legal provision or policy or issuance or basis is promoting the right to quality education? We must know this. All right, we have 18 responders for this question. You're right. The right to quality education is provided for and supported by and enshrined in the 1987 Constitution. Good job, guys. Now we proceed to the next. I think this is the last one. Or you have responded already. Standards for teaching practice for this item, which you think is the correct answer. There are 18 responders for PPST 2017. PPST is provided for by Deped Order number 42 Series 2017. And you're right, guys. Most of you, majority of the participants got it right for the last. This Deped Order number 42 Series 2017. Hooray! Give yourselves a round of applause for this activity. It's just a check up of what you know already, although we had our pre-test earlier, but this one specifies what we want to know, and we will know later. Now we go back to our presentation. Now let's go to the nitty-gritty of instructional leadership. I hope everybody's ready already for this session. We are now going through the nitty-gritty of the session. Instructional leadership is focused on improving teaching and learning. It's not just about management. It's not just about going through the halls. It's about focusing on improving teaching and learning. We have two audiences here, the teacher and the learner. That's your job as an instructional leader. Also, you are expected to set direction. You manage the curriculum. You don't revise the curriculum. We don't have the power to revise the curriculum unless the Department of Education empowers us to do so. You are also tasked to ensure good instruction. You should foster professional development and create supportive learning environments. This is your job. These are your tasks as instructional leader. You focus on teaching and learning, not just management. And you focus on setting the direction. You are a trendsetter in terms of the processes in education in your level. Now, here are some paradigms that we need to consider when we study or we revisit the principles of instructional supervision of school leadership. We have three theories. We have three principles here that we need to talk about. The first one is transformational leadership theory by Burns and Bass. In a nutshell, transformational leadership talks about empowering teachers to share leadership responsibilities. You heard it right. Leadership is a shared task. We don't own anything in our leadership. We share the tasks. We share the responsibilities with our co-teachers, our co-workers, our colleagues in the department. The other one is the distributed leadership framework. We need to inspire teachers towards shared goals. We need to uplift their morale. We need to do things so that they will be inspired to do more and be more. And finally, the instructional leadership model by Hallinger in 2000, it emphasizes the definition of mission, managing instructional programs, and promoting learning climate. So as you can see here, the three paradigms that relate to our topic today is about progression. Leadership is progressive. Leadership is proactive. Leadership is doing something, getting things done with shared responsibility, with shared tasks. We delineate tasks. We don't micromanage. Those are the summaries of this paradigm. Now we go through each of the paradigms. First one is that espoused by Burns and Bass, the transformational leadership theory. We have four facets here. First, intellectual simulation. As a leader, as a school leader, we can use this interchangeably. You can be called a school leader, an instructional supervisor. You can be called that because if you're a master teacher, you supervise teachers as well. The first facet is intellectual stimulation. There must be room for innovation. There must be room for creativity, goals, and challenge. The skills of your teachers, the teachers that you govern, must not be stagnant. They should not be complacent. They should not be content with whatever they're achieving. They should be challenged. They must be creative. You must set goals at the start, say, of the school year or the rating period. There must be an agreement that's under intellectual stimulation. Now, for individualized consideration, there must be mentorship. You should be focused on mentoring your teachers. These should be regular. These should be programmed, not accidental. Mentoring is not accidental. This is programmed. This is regular. Empathy, feel what they feel. Your leadership should be of purpose, and it should strengthen, it should discover skills. That's individualized consideration. You go through each of your co-teachers, you go through them one by one, know them, so that you will know what concepts to talk about, what suggestions to give, and recommendations to give to them. And we also have idealized influence, the third I. We have to model. We should be role models. We we should be giving them what we want to see in them. What do I mean by that? We should walk the talk. During classroom observations, when I was a master teacher, I was a master teacher for 5 years. I have stayed for 14 years in a national high school here in Albay. When I was a master teacher, I promised myself that before I conduct classroom observations, I'll be the first one to let the teachers 1 to 3 see how teaching is done. I'll demonstrate to them how teaching is done, how pedagogy works in the classroom, based on what I know, based on the abilities that I have. I do this. I did this religiously for 5 years. I did this because I want them to see what I want to see in them when they do the when we do the classroom instruction. I model teaching. I model planning the lessons. So if you would like to be a master teacher, please put this in your notebook, in your logbook, in your calendar. You should be the first ones to model. You should be the first one to show the teachers how teaching is done, how classroom management is done. And you should show enthusiasm. You should be asking them what happens to their class from time to time. You should talk about challenges that they encounter and maybe share ideas and concepts so that they will be able to do it right the next time and embody value, professionalism. Uh, Both personal and professional aspects must be touched as you influence them to be better in their craft. And finally, inspirational motivation. There must be a clear vision. You should be you should be crafting the vision together collectively. It shouldn't be your vision. It should be the vision of the department shared by you and the team. There must be optimism, positivity. There will be difficulties, there will be conflicts in your organization. But then again, we bite at the brighter side of the problem. We must be positive. We optimize, okay? We optimize the opportunity to find opportunities to better our work. Inclusion. There shouldn't be discrimination. There shouldn't be isolation in the team, in the organization. And lastly, productivity. You are able to come up with outputs that are quality with even with limited resources for a short period of time. That's productivity. So this is what Burns and Bass espouse in their transformational leadership. The four I's: intellectual stimulation, individualized consideration, idealized influence, and inspirational motivation. I would just like to add, I have been at TIC for 6 months in an elementary school. Yeah, after my stint as a teacher for 14 years in high school, um, I got a school head role as a teacher in charge in a coastal school here in Albay. I If there are no opportunities for the teachers to excel, I created opportunities for them. They don't know how to write proposals. We did crash courses on proposal writing. They did not know how to start writing proposals. So I started writing the initial steps of their proposals, and that's okay. I gave them ideas which I could have used for my own promotion, but no, I thought of the bigger picture that if the teachers under me are doing better, doing really well in their craft, and that will translate to my activities, to my progression, to my successes also. So I empower the teachers. I I help them create their proposals, write proposals, enact the proposals, because enactment is really, really important, realizing the proposals. It shouldn't end with proposals. It should be translated to actions. So these four are our tasks as instructional leaders. We should be doing this. And next we have the distributed leadership framework. This one was referenced from Jones S. Harvey, among others, in 2013. What does this distributed leadership framework espouse? We have here E's. You see here engage, enable, enact, encourage, evaluate, and emerge. We have engage with whom? As school leaders, we should engage with formal leaders. Formal leaders are those in our ranks in the department. We should engage with informal leaders, those without um, officially designated positions, but they are leader in their own ways. We should engage with experts because we don't know everything. We don't have the monopoly of ideas, so we need to engage with experts. And we engage with functions, discipline, groups, and levels. We need to collaborate with them. How do we engage with them? Through enabling activities like the context of trust. We need to establish trust between and among our colleagues. We need a culture of respect. We should be setting aside professional jealousy. We should be addressing those when they arise. We should accept change. We should have change management styles and management of changes in the department. And we need to collaborate. We need to establish collaborative relationships to enable these things to happen. And how do we do that? We enact via involvement of people. We delegate tasks. We design the processes. If you're from DepEd, you're aware of action plans. at the start of the school year, even before the start of the school year, we design our action plans, have designed by our school leaders. Master teachers do this, head teachers, principals do this. And all of these are actually embedded in our annual improvement plan. That's for a year of activities and programs. And we have the 3-year design program, the SIP, the School Improvement Plan. We should be indicating all these in all of these plans so that one, they'll be budgeted. Yeah. If your programs and projects align with the guidelines of DepEd, the mission, vision, and goal, then your activities can be budgeted from MOE or local funds. You should do that. When I was a master teacher, I would design programs, specifically lesson study, if you've heard of that. I would put budget for the conduct of lesson study. That would be 3 to 5 day work for teachers. You collaborate in creating lesson exemplars backed up by research, and that's budgeted. That's from the coffers of the government, so we can do that. And not via provision of support, of course. We need to support our teachers. Not actually financially. We need to support them morally. We need to support them logistically because we have funds. We need to support them through technical assistance provision. And the implementation of systems. DepEd is a bureaucracy, so we should follow rules. We should follow the steps recommended by DepEd. And we encourage by the following: PD, professional development programs, finance, COPs, COPs, communities of practice, collective decision making. Any major decision that you're about to do in your organization must be collective, meaning you ask for people's opinions. You don't make your own decisions and later on blame other people for the mishaps, for the repercussions, the bad repercussions of the decision. It should be collective. Call for people to decide. And mentoring, space and time, facilitation, networking, recognition and reward from time to time. You praise your teachers, your co-workers. They need to know what they're doing right. We shouldn't be pointing out their faults only. Yeah, we need to be talking about the faults. We need to be talking about shortcomings, weaknesses, so that we will be improved. We will be able to do things to improve those practices. And we should establish networks. We don't confine our leadership with the people around us alone. We should be going out of our comfort zones, talking to people in other departments and other agencies to enrich the activities that we do as we lead our people. And you evaluate by engagement in learning and teaching, in collaboration, in leadership capacity. There must be monitoring, there must be evaluation of the activities that we are doing. And we have to emerge through PAR, the planning, acting, and reflecting. Of course, there's observation. In everything that we do, we plan. We act or actualize our plan. We observe our actions. We observe the actions of our coworkers and then reflect what went wrong, what went right. So we emerge through that. And the next one.
Nautok.
Dikit na ito, gusto lang
Exceptional
keyboard lang,
leadership
ganun yung limit yung screen.
Are there people who would like to share their insights?
Paano pagkita kung hinudaman mga participants nga ada? So find out kung yung mga participants na ada.
Maybe some of our participants don't know that their audio or microphone are on. Maybe we
Ano
check.
complete talaga?
Okay, can we proceed? Sir Jay, am I still audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we proceed. The third paradigm is Instructional Leadership by Hallinger in 2000. This one I took from a revised version of the model. We have here the Instructional Leadership model. We have three main activities here. First, defining school goal. At the start of the school year, or even before the start of the school year, master teachers, school heads, head teachers should be setting the goal. Of course, it should be aligned with what the Department of Education wants to achieve for the school year. So you frame the school goal, you communicate the school goal. These are embedded in your annual improvement plan. These are embedded in your action plans. This is part of your SIP. And among other plans. Next, the second is managing instructional program. There must be a clear guideline on supervising and evaluating instructions. Based on experience, when I was a teacher, my department head and other department heads in the school would go around the school hourly to check on us. Did we arrive late? Did we arrive early? Whenever we are late, the number of minutes that we're late or tardy will be recorded. That's happening hourly. And in the afternoon or the next day, we would be receiving a verification slip. It's a notice asking us for explanation why we came late to class in a specific section for a specific time or period. Our leaders would do that regularly, consistently, and constantly. So we minimize tardiness in arriving to classrooms. So they would do that to us, and we like that process, that scheme of monitoring and evaluating. And we have a uniform time of submitting lesson plans. Say, for this school year, the submission of lesson plan is at 8 a.m. So everybody has to submit on or before 8 a.m. so that that will be counted. Otherwise, you will be given again a slip asking for you to explain your failure to submit on time or for failing to submit. We also coordinate the curriculum. We have budget planning, budget of work planning. We have our BAO, budget of work. If you're, I know you're familiar with that, but for those who are not, let me explain that. Budget of work, guys, it's a list of the competencies for every quarter, for every grade level, for every subject. We agree. The teachers in the same grade teaching the same subject would agree on the number of hours to allot, although in the curriculum guides, you already have those. So as your role as an instructional leader, you must ensure that this budget of works are prepared prior to the start of the school year. So this must be prepared prior to the start of the quarter or prior to instruction. There must be an agreement between the teachers and the school leaders. You are the school leader before implementing the curriculum. There must be an agreement on the number of hours, days, the strategies, the materials to be used in teaching. And you should monitor students' development. There must be a clear guidelines on the use of class records. There must be uniform criteria for rating the learners. That's embedded in Deped Order number 8 Series 2015. Your teacher should know that, and you should know that as well because you are an instructional leader. You should know the provisions of Deped Order number 8 Series 2015. Even if we are revising the curriculum, we are still following DO8 Series 2015, the policy guidelines on the K-12 assessment. And the third one is promoting school climate. You protect instructional period. As an instructional leader, you should be aware of the programs that your teachers are proposing. Maybe the programs are good, but they are going to distract classroom instructions. So it should be strategically assigned to periods or schedules that will protect instructional period or the contact time, the non-negotiable contact time between the teacher and the learners. You have the power to reject proposals which disrupt classes. it's okay to reject proposals if the grounds is on protecting instructional period, because the primary role of a teacher is to teach. Okay, they need to teach. So the proposals, the programs to be realized must be scheduled after class or during weekends. Of course, provided by permits, by guidelines from the higher ups. And as a instructional leader, you must always be seen. You should be present in school. When I was a teacher in charge, I would travel 49 kilometers from home to school. I would travel for 49 kilometers from home to school. I am staying at the center of our city, and I would travel to the coastal school where I was assigned for 49 kilometers. I would drive for more than an hour. I think 1.5 hours max. I would arrive there, and I would do it daily. I would attend to the school daily. I'm always seen. The parents would tell me, "Sir, do you really drive from home to school daily just to be here?" Yes, because it's our role as school leaders to be present all the time. If not, if we are not in school, we should be at the offices, we should be at the STO, or we should be at some other place that's related to our work. CSE prohibits I'm very sorry, my connection died a natural death. I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to share my screen again. Do you hear me po?
Yes, sir.
Hello. I'm really, really sorry about that. Where am I? Okay, 16th slide. Okay, again, we should be seen. Of course, we should be providing incentives for our teachers. Your R&R, reward and recognition. You must have a proposal for this so that it can be budgeted. Yes, you can give incentives to teachers because this is allowed in the HRTD funds. You can create a proposal for this. Promote professional development. Your LAC sessions can be avenues for promoting professional development. Delineate the tasks. Don't let a single person do the discussions on their own. There must be a rotation in the discussions of concepts and ideas so that people will grow in your team. Um, the exposure should be for everybody. And number five, you should provide incentives for students' learning. In our case, in the Department of Education, we're recognizing them at the end of the school year. And we also have quarterly recognition for the learners, among other incentives that we give to them. And I think that's enough incentive for our student achievers. And those are our paradigms for IS and IL, Instructional Supervision, Instructional Leadership. Now we proceed to the key characteristics and skills of an IL. We need to revisit this. I know you have this already. You have encountered this already, but we need to go back to this. First is you must have this visionary leadership aligned with DepEd's mission, vision, and core values. Let us recall what are the core values of DepEd again? Can you go to the chat box and key in your answer? What are the core values of DepEd? Mac, sabi ni PC. Very good, Sir Aljon. He said, makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. That's right. Yes, El Manayon, that's correct. Ma'am Aizel, that's correct. Really, really good. Okay, our participants are all attentive. I thought I'm talking to myself already. Yan. We have an English version, God-loving, humane, environment-friendly, patriotic. Thank you very much for your answers. Good job. So you should be a visionary leader, but your leadership should be aligned with DepEd's mission, vision, and core values. Thank you very much for your active participation. Next, mentoring and coaching capacity. Later, we will be differentiating mentoring and coaching. These are two different things. They may follow similar principles, but they are two distinct things. So we'll be talking about them a little later. And of course, the third one is communication and interpersonal skills. Let me concretize this. When we say communication skills, it's not enough that you have the goods. Okay, it's not enough that you are intelligent. It's not enough that you can do things, but um, you aren't able to communicate the goods. Just like um, when you are selling something, the maximum benefit of the product must be seen by your clients because you are communicating the product properly. You are able to sell because of your communication skills. You should know how to communicate. Communicating are two things, verbally and non-verbally, or written. You should know how to read body language. You should know how to read reactions. You should know how to read people based on what they say, do, and think. And interpersonal skills. A leader is not uh, confined to their belief. Okay, interpersonal meaning you need to socialize, you need to connect with other people, ask for opinion, ask for insights, or give insights in return. And finally, your leadership should be data driven. When you propose for interventions, propose for improvement of teaching and learning, it should be based on data. Specifically, for example, national achievement test. I know that the Department of Education is um, not on time in releasing these results, but nonetheless, we have previous results which we can look at and then maybe basis for our future activities. School-based assessments, your quarterly assessments. I hope you have your automated PL calculators already in your school so that you will see real time how well your learners fare in their quarterly examinations. If you don't have that template, maybe I can share mine. We can talk about it later. I have developed automated PL calculators, which the teachers use and see for themselves timely the results of the assessment and the performance of their learners. Your programs, projects, and activities, or your PAPs, must be data driven. It should be based on findings. Now that I am a newly installed supervisor in Albay Division in mathematics, I ensure that my programs for 2026 are data driven. What did I do first? I was installed in July. On July 7th, I crafted a profiling for all the teachers in the division, which, by the way, has been responded to by more than 1,500 math teachers in the entire division. I asked about their difficulties, their challenges, what they have done so far, their achievements, how many years uh, how many years have they been staying in DepEd already, the competitions they have attended, trainings and seminars that they have had in the past. All of those, among other things, were asked in the survey. And when I presented my proposal to the school's division superintendent last week in our strategic planning, the superintendent immediately approved my proposal. Why? Because my proposal was data driven. There's a felt need to actualize the proposal. The program specifically is about teaching the teachers. It's a classroom setup for next year, which will be attended by 250 teachers from grade 1 to 10. Each class is composed of 25 math teachers, say for grade 1, 25 math teachers distributed from all the districts. So there will be one representative from each district because we have 25 districts in our division. That's from grades 1 to 10. The beginning teachers, or the teachers below 3 years in the service will be attending the program. They will be attending classes. The lessons will be those provided in the CGs. They will be preparing lesson plans and they will be preparing teaching materials. We will be procuring the materials, say manipulatives, counters, any thing needed for a particular competency will be provided to them. We have allotted 1 million for this program and it was approved. And the materials will be given to them and they will be able to use it in the coming school year. The program is scheduled in May 2026. That's what I mean by data-driven decision making. And as far as preparing your apps or your program activities and projects for the teachers when you become ILs already. There's no reason for them to reject our proposals if we are following the dictates of data. Next, we talk about our leadership, the teaching quality, and student achievement. Everything that we do here in our craft must be translated, must be cascaded to our learners, translated to the achievements of our learners. First is, there must be a strong instructional leadership. You should be there most of the time, if not all the time. You should be there rowing the boat as the captain of the ship. You should be there present, if not all the time, most of the time. 2 C's, consistency and constancy. You should be consistent and constant in doing the practice. They will be used to that practice if you're consistent and you're constant. And you should walk the talk. Second, higher teacher performance. You will not be able to know if your teachers are performing really well if there are no standards. So we should be guided by PPST domains, the Depth Order number 42 series 2017. This should be our guiding book. This should be our manual in assessing the performance of our teacher. That's why every school year we have 3 stages in our cycle. In our performance management cycle, we have the planning, we have the major review, and we have the giving a rating at the end of the school year. And those activities are guided by the domains of the PPST, or the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. And we also have our own standards. If you are a school leader, you have your professional standards for school heads, and the supervisors do have their own domains to satisfy. And the third one is improve student learning outcomes. Everything that we do should be about improving student learning outcomes. And this is the main goal, so that we'll have the core values achieved and the mission and vision of DepEd achieved at the end of their stay with the Department of Education, the basic ed. So these 3 should be our guide. You should have a strong instructional leadership. There must be standards to follow and abide. And it should be about improving student learning outcomes. Now, let's go to your self-reporting. I would like to know how ready you are to become an instructional leader. You're going to scan the code, but before that, I would like you please to look at the scoring guide. Please be honest in answering our items. If you got a score of 40 to 50, you are highly ready. You demonstrate strong instructional leadership readiness. If you got 30 to 39 points, you're ready. you are prepared but can still grow in some areas. 20 to 29, you are developing, focused. You should focus on building your skills in key domains. And below 20, I hope nobody gets a score below 20. You need support. You seek mentoring and professional development. I'm giving you 10 minutes to do this. And while you're doing that, you can already have your snacks so that we will not miss any meal today. Is that okay? Can I have reactions, please? Okay, please scan the code and then accomplish the self-assessment tool.
Once again, good morning, participants. I'm sorry to interrupt. For those who have just been admitted in the platform, please do not forget to sign your attendance through the link provided in the chat box. Again, for those participants who have just been admitted in the platform, please do not forget to sign your attendance for today's session. Kindly click the link provided in our chat box. Thank you. Excuse me po, Sir Ryan. There is a message from Ma'am Larissa to please kindly set the form to public daw po.
Thank you for that. I'm very sorry. I'll check the form. Thank you very much. Kindly refresh the form. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Once again, there's a question from one of the participants. May I ask, please, how the scoring is done? Thank you.
All right, there are already 29 responders to the self-assessment tool. And I'm going to share with you the results. Can you now see the results of the survey? This is real time. We already have 33 responders to this form. Okay, while you're doing that, let's discuss every item and take a look at how many people responded with strongly agree, agree, and neutral, disagree, or strongly disagree. The first item is articulating a clear vision for teaching and learning in your school. And according to the results, it's roughly half-half. Strongly agree, 45.5%, and agree, 54.5%. Most of you are agreeing that you are articulating or can already articulate a clear vision for teaching and learning. That's good. And we also have setting high expectations for all students and staff. Neutral. I believe maybe because some of you are not yet on the IL level of work, so you have not experienced this yet, or maybe you don't see this clearly yet, because this one is for readiness. This is a readiness assessment. And we have, I'm sorry, because our results are consistently updating. Let's wait for it. Right. For the third one, I regularly observe classroom teaching and provide constructive feedback. Based on your answers, we have 2.8% disagreement. Again, maybe because some of you are not yet on that level of doing the task. Maybe you are teachers 1 to 3, or if you're a teacher 1 to 3, you have not been tapped to be uh, TIC or someone empowered to do observation. But we are not allowed to do observations if we are teachers 1 to 3. Only if we were designated as TIC, only then can we do classroom instructions. We have 25% strong agreement, 50% agreement. That's basically 75% agreement, and neutral 22.2%. Use data to identify instructional strengths and areas for improvement. I'm glad that more than half of the participants here are using data to identify instructional strengths and areas for improvement. The most concrete tool that we can use is our ESAT. We can use ESAT to identify our strength when it comes to instruction. And sorry, we are updating our results.
Sir Ryan, excuse me po.
Yes po.
Meron question po dito sa chat box. May I ask please how the scoring is done? Maybe one of the participants is having difficulty when it comes to accessing the.
Okay, so we have 29 responders. 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 29
assessment.
Thank you for that. Maybe you're using a phone, you can swipe to the left so that you'll see the dots. The scoring is, this is a Likert scale scoring. We have strongly agree, that's 5 points, agree 4, neutral 3, disagree 2, strongly disagree 1. So you will just have to choose from among those options. It's okay. I have just devised this self-assessment, self-reporting readiness for school leaders. Don't worry about it. But I urge you please to accomplish this because you will know, in a way, you will know how ready you are already to become an IO. The link has been provided already in the chat box. I'll be bumping it. I'll be resending the link so that everybody can have access to it. We already have 37 responders to this. If you permit, can I continue already with the next item? Okay. Silence means yes, I guess. You are supporting and encouraging ongoing professional learning for teachers. The fact that you're here means you agree to this. So I'm seeing 100% agreement in this item. With this item, we have modeling lifelong learning and self-improvement. We have neutral, maybe because you have not yet defined your role yet. So that's understandable. The agreement is about 94%. And we have ensuring the curriculum is implemented effectively and aligned with standards. Here, I would like to emphasize that we must not skip competencies. Regardless if you're a teacher or an instructional leader already, please ensure that no competencies are skipped or lessons are skipped. Every competency must be taught. Even if you are unpacking the competencies, ensure that all competencies are taught. If they are repetitive, you can just encapsulate those iterative competencies into one so that all other else will be tackled in the school year, within the school year. Because I'm seeing here a disagreement, maybe because you have not yet entered the Department of Education, so you're not doing this yet, and that's understandable. And we have leading the use of varied assessment strategies to monitor student progress. When we say assessment strategies, there are a lot in store for you with regards to assessment strategies. You can do this summatively, formatively. You can do this through performance assessments, outputs based, regularly in class. So we have an 88% agreement with this item. Thank you, Sir Elmer. I will be zooming this so that you'll see what we're talking about. Is this okay? Mr. Moderator, is this okay already? Thank you, Sir Elmer.
Very clear enough.
That's appreciated. Thank you very much. Okay, we go now to the next. I lead the use. Okay, we're done with that. I foster a collaborative culture among teachers and staff. We don't go alone. We don't practice alone. We work collaboratively with other teachers, with other people in the department or in the organization. And this gets a 96.6% agreement. And that's really, really good. It shouldn't be surprising. I communicate effectively with all stakeholders, students, parents, teachers, and community. It's really, really important that you call for meetings or conferences, not only with the parents of the students, who are lagging behind or failing to accomplish their tasks. You should also be talking to learners who are progressing, to parents of the learners who are achieving in school. You should be doing this. You should be part of sessions in Sanggunian, maybe in the city or municipal level or in the barangay level. You should be communicating what's happening in school as a school leader. You should be accommodated by these institutions. Do you demonstrate fairness, integrity, and ethical behavior in all decisions? They should be agreed upon by everybody. Dapat we are 100% in agreement with this one, and I guess we are. I handle conflicts professionally and constructively. Sorry for the statement. We don't kiss and tell. Okay, say we have problems with co-teachers. We handle them professionally, and we don't talk about it with other people. We don't share issues. We don't share controversies with other people. We address them professionally. We should talk to the people involved. We shouldn't be spreading things, even if they're true. We shouldn't be spreading them. We shouldn't be talking about it in public. It should be done privately and professionally. And I'm glad that we are most of us are in agreement with this statement. I'm open to innovation and lead change. I would like to go back to the third to the last statement. When you conduct classroom observations, please do not share to other people what transpired in the observations. If it's for building strategies, then you don't talk about the saints, you talk about the miracles. You don't mention names. You don't mention things identifiable to a person. Okay, we don't disclose whatever we saw, we heard in the classroom observation. That's a no for an instructional leader. Maybe we can consider insights, but we are not to mention people, specifically and especially when the matter is delicate. We don't talk about people. We talk about the miracles, not the saints. Second to the last, I'm open to innovation and lead change initiatives effectively. We shouldn't be complacent. We shouldn't be doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. We should be doing things differently if we are not seeing that our previous practices are not working in our favor. We should be doing things differently already if we're encountering the same problems over and over again. And finally, I support teachers in adapting to new policies and practices. If there are debit issuances, we should be sharing these to our teachers, co-teachers. If there are memoranda on promotion, on opportunities for them to be better at what they do, please share these issuances to them. We shouldn't be hiding or keeping these issuances from our teachers. So most of you are ready to become instructional leaders. Yan. If you are going to be a school principal, you will have to pass the NASH, or the National Assessment for School Heads, before you can be installed as a full-fledged school principal. And in the future, if you want to be a supervisor, I think the human resource from the central office, the agency from our department, is already crafting the guidelines on the conduct of assessment for supervisors. So yeah, you heard it right. There will be a time when supervisor aspirants will be assessed through paper and pencil, not only the paper assessment. So just like the school heads. Okay, open mic, do you have questions so far? Or anything that you would like to share? I will just be the one to add the scores later because I have not provided an opportunity for you to add your scores. But based on the results, most of you are within the 40 to 50 interval or range. Most of you are highly ready to become instructional leaders. So before we proceed, I'd like to hear insights maybe or questions for clarifications that you would like to throw to me so that we can address it already. Just open your mic and take it away.
Anyone?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Anyone ready to share an insight? Or maybe I can give a situation that may be relatable to everybody. Or a question. Has there been any challenging situation in your school, not specifically involving you, uh, that concerns leadership? Has there been any challenge that arose in your school which you handled, and how did you or the school leaders handled, and how did they do it? Can anyone share? Maybe I should be the first one to share. Okay. Um, I categorically hide the the location or keep the location of the situation. Even if I am from SDO Albay, I don't. Uh, um, this is not about any Albay teacher or legal teacher. This can be about anyone. When I was conducting a conversation, when I was having a conversation with a teacher, she was so aggressive. When I say aggressive, she was aggressive in pointing out that she can do this and that. I mean, she has high confidence in herself. Yeah, she's a she. Um, she thought that she has the capabilities to lead a session. She has the abilities both conceptually and strategically to handle a session, of course, in mathematics. Now, someone told me about her that she has uh, problems with concepts. Of course, I have not jumped into conclusions, so I asked her indirectly, check upon her concepts, probed indirectly without her knowing it. And then I saw that she has these skills to share to other people, so that's good. But to complement what one source told me about her performance, because I was grooming her to share to a large number of participants. So whatever she will be sharing must be quality assured, and the person must be good enough to be sharing things to other people. So what I did was, I asked her, "Can I please have an observation in with your class? Maybe see a little or a few things that you do in your class." And the teacher told me, "No, sir, that's negative. I cannot let you attend to my class or monitor my class or observe my class because I don't have much of readers in the class, meaning only 4 to 5 learners can read in the class, and it's already uh, mid of the school year." Um, and I told her, as a master teacher, that's your job to let your learners read, make your learners read before going out of the classroom and sharing strategies to other people. Because the task that I would have given to her is about sharing strategies in teaching. So there was an irony. How would she be able to share ideas, strategies to other people if she could not make her learners read? So, excuse me. So, gradually, I convinced her to revisit strategies in teaching, gave her opportunities to improve on the craft by giving tasks both directly and indirectly, giving her references, and inviting her to attend my sessions. So I invited her to attend my sessions. I did not reject her at all. I gave her opportunity to find for herself the reasons why we have hesitations to give her the task yet. And then the opportunity came when she's ready. I quality assured the presentation. The presentation was almost flawless already, and she was ready to share her ideas because one, there was improvement in the learners' reading abilities upon checking on them, and then in her abilities, in the concepts that she was to share to the audience. So there was really an improvement in her practices. I mean, you should be communicating as a school leader. You should communicate to your teachers, to your subordinates, what they lack, what they need to do, what they need to achieve, or what they need to improve on. Also, while we are telling them what they need to improve on, we should also be asking their challenges, the difficulties that they encounter, because those are factors and other people contributing to the shortcomings. We should be also be talking about that. So I have shared a short situation which happened in the past. Can anyone share a challenge that you have encountered when it comes or it's related to school leadership?
Sir, there is a message in the chat box. Let me read to you po. From Aizel Daog Kidlat. I am a science MT coaching science fair entries. My principal called my attention because we are not allowed to work beyond 5 p.m. during weekdays and no weekends also. I explained that we need to because we are doing experiments and there's a specific time to record observations and sometimes we can go far like 7 p.m. and told him that I have a conference with the parents involved and they signed the parental consent. Still, he insisted what he want. What should I do now?
Okay, I can relate to that because I have been a coach in research for so long that it's been a problem in the past with school leaders. Here's what you can do. First, when you conduct parents meeting, you involve the school head. Okay, you invite the school head to sit with you during the meetings. And in the meetings, emphasize the need for the conduct of such experiments after class hours. That you need to do it with the students, with them in the school after class hours or during weekends. Also, assure your school head that the parents are accountable for their children and the parents will are the parents know the bounds of the experiments, what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. There must be an agreement between you as the teacher or a school leader, the school head, and the parents, and you have it written. There must be minutes of agreement or an agreement between the three parties so that it will be permitted. Once your school head is assured of these things, maybe, just maybe, the school head will permit this because these are part of the activities provided for in the curriculum guide. The learners have to conduct experiments. I hope that it helped you. You need to have the principal seated in the meetings. The principal should be part of the meetings. You can also ask for support from the SPTA, maybe coming up with a resolution, expressing support for your work, honoring or recognizing the work because it's needed. I hope that that helped. Any other? I think
Thank,
there are
thank
still
you, sir.
other.
There's another question po, sir, from Arlene. Sir, may I ask po if hindi po talaga pwedeng magtagalog kapag nagtuturo ng math? As experience po during CO ko, pinag-6 po ako ng observer ko kasi sa isang indicator kasi daw po, nagsalita ako ng Tagalog na well, in fact, the medium of instruction for math is English.
Is English. Okay, thank you, Ma'am Arlene. This one is a prevalent instance in classroom observation, specifically in mathematics. Okay, I would like to make it clear. Mathematics is basically taught in English, primarily taught in English because this is an English subject. Math is an English subject. But you are allowed to speak in Tagalog, in vernacular, pwede rin po. As long as majority of the instruction is in English, from time to time, you can use Filipino or Tagalog or your vernacular, your local dialect or language. It's allowed. We are promoting culture, diversity and culture. We are promoting communications in instruction. We are allowed to speak in Filipino, in straight Filipino. Please don't mix English and Filipino in one sentence. That's not good. You finish a sentence entirely in English if that's in English. If you want to speak in Filipino, do it in full statements in Filipino. You are not allowed to talk in Filipino or in Tagalog or in vernacular the entire time. Okay? But teach the subject in English majority of the time, most of the time. You are allowed to talk in Filipino from time to time, but in full statements. And it shouldn't be used against you in the rating. You shouldn't get a low score for switching codes. It's okay to talk in Filipino or in your vernacular dialect or language. I hope that's clear. Any more? Correct, Sir Aljon, that's right. The medium of instruction should not be an impediment to learning. Kagaya ng pagpapagupit, di ba? Our learners are so required to have this haircut when in fact the quality of the hairdo or the kind of haircut that we have does not affect the way we learn. Similarly, the medium of instruction should not be the reason for learning losses because it's not true. Thank you, Ma'am Arlene and Sir Aljon, for that. Any more concerns that you would like to get addressed in this session?
Do we still have questions from participants?
Yes, Ma'am Christine Desa. That's code switching versus translanguaging. You code switch from this medium to that medium. You don't speak in mixed English and Filipino for a sentence or a statement. That's bad. You shouldn't be talking in Filipino for your first clause and then finishing it with English. So that's bad in communication in the class. Any more concerns that you would like to address?
Sir Ryan, if we don't have shares from our participants, can I have can I ask an advice or what is your say about what I will be sharing? This is
Halika
it
dito
has
muna. Halina
been
kayo't nang makauwi na tayo. Hindi pwede mag-cellphone. May ano ko. Marga.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
so it has been bothering us, the teachers, because this is an experience from my colleague in junior high school. So we are working in an integrated school where we have elementary and high school in the school. So we have one principal for both elementary and secondary, and only OIC and designated department head. Now, there was an arising conflict just recently about the authority of the department head. Kasi po before every quarter he is assigning different department head, and then yun po parang nagkakaroon ng bias because during the first department head he was allowed to practice or to impose authority over his subordinates. But now that we have now the new department head, there was a conflict that happened in GC where a newly hired teacher was parang meron po kasing pinag-send na message yung department head regarding the responsibility of teachers when it comes to classroom management. Yung kapag umaalis, yung inaayos dapat ang mga upuan, something like that. And it was addressed to all the junior high school. Now, yung newly hired teacher, ang dami na po ng mga sinasabi niya, mga below the belts, ganon. And then, our new department head called for a meeting, and then yung school head namin, instead of mediating, parang he said that no ngaya, since you are ngaya the root cause, then the person who responded to your message is has the right to respond in that manner because you were the first one, parang ikaw yung root cause. Now, he was also limiting, parang ngayong sa bagong head namin, he was limiting his or her parang mga duties and responsibilities. Dapat nga ganito ka lang ngaya, you should not ngaya impose like this and like that. So is that fair enough that yung all the authorities or all the yung parang mga command in the institution should just be coming from the principal?
Okay, that's interesting. First, the principal always has the last say. Okay, that's true. However, if the principal believes in collaborative and shared leadership, that shouldn't be the case. Okay? Hatiin natin sa dalawa. Una, sa isang school, ang may final say ay si school head. Okay po, si school head. Kung yung pag-uusapan ay repercussions ng desisyon, siya ang mananagot doon. Mali man o tama ang kanyang decisions, final say niya ang nasusunod sa isang school. Another kind of school leader, although alam niya na final say niya ang masusunod sa isang school, kapag collaborative ang leadership, mamiminimize ang mga problema kagaya nito. Now, let's go to your case. Klaruhin ko lang ha, hindi ko gaanong na-process yung sitwasyon, pero correct me kung tamang understanding ko. Periodically, nagpapalit ng department head sa school na yon. Yung unang school department head, okay siya, tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yung pangalawang department head ay nagpadala sa GC ng mga recommendations, suggestions, pointers on how to manage the class, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At sinagot ito ng isang teacher, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yung hindi ko na-gets, yung manner ng pagsagot ng teacher, yun na ba yung below the belt na pagsagot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in this situation, future and current school leaders, kapag merong ganito po, nasa GC nagaganap, one, everyone is entitled to express their sentiments, their responses, their ideas, insights, but in polite manner, in a professional manner. So si department head, right there and then, dahil sumagot naman si teacher sa GC, so considering na conversational yung pag-uusap sa GC, dahil kung si teacher naiisip niya na dapat siguro privately itong mga messages ko privately kung sasabihin, dahil pinili niyang publicly in the GC pag-usapan, so si department head pwedeng sumagot doon, pero professionally din, guided by principles of leadership, guided by the principles of good governance. So sasagutin niya talaga yon. Ngayon, if the statements of the teacher is offensive, below the belt, sabi mo nga po, that amounts to a meeting between the department head and the teacher sa level muna ni department head. Pag-uusapan nila privately. Sasabihin niya yung mga mali na nasabi niya, sasabihin niya yung mga basis for saying that it's wrong. So dapat masettle sa level nila. We should know our place in the department. When I say we should know our place, hindi lang yung mananahimik ka na lang dahil takot ka. You can express your sentiments but in a polite manner. That's the right way to doing it. We should do it politely and respectfully. Pwede ba na ma-reprimand si teacher kapag talagang below the belt yung mga sinasabi niya? Opo. Kapag hindi na settle sa level na department head na the teacher, pwede siyang i-escalate sa school head, which in this case, na-escalate siya in this situation. Gusto ko lang iklaro, sino yung mukhang kinampihan ni school head? Si teacher or sa department head?
Si teacher. Kasi sir, supposedly our department head was about to settle in the department level. However, in our case, we always elevate this kasi po parang our principal would always like to address issues concerning teachers in his level. So, yun, parang kasi nga po parang merong ganitong ano yung principal namin na parang I am the principal. He always say this ano na parang sabi niya I am the principal. At the end of the day, there's only one principal here and that's only me. Parang ganon. So parang sometimes we teachers are also suppressed with when it comes to our freedom of expression and the way we also would like to exercise our authority over our students kasi parang naging over na rin po yung ano ng principal. So in the case, sir, parang instead of parang ano niyo yung new teacher, parang sinabi niya pa na parang mas pinalakas niya pa yung loob ng teacher na because nga you are the root cause, ikaw nga yung nag-send sa group chat, then parang you deserve nga to get those reaction from the teacher. So is that ano sir, tama po ba yung ganong klaseng approach?
Okay, wala akong gaanong basihan para mag-take ng side. Ang kailangan lang talaga professional manner of dealing with these kinds of issues. Dapat si school head neutral grounds siya. Dapat safe yung dalawang parties kapag nagsisettle. Hindi pwedeng hindi pa nga nag-uumpisa, meron na agad desisyon, hindi pa nga napag-uusapan. Ngayon, halimbawa, one of the parties ay hindi satisfied sa ginawa ni teacher, you can always seek for an escalation of a remedy, maybe a legal remedy, pero wag naman sana umabot doon. Ano ang pwedeng gawin? You can write a report on this and then submit sa grievance committee na hini-head ni school head, pero at least may ibang tao nang kasama dito. Meron na pong club president, kasama po doon, representative from school boards, kasama na po sila doon. Now, kailangan tong ma-address ng school head for, I think, 48 hours, 24 hours. Meron pong basis nito sa pag-settle immediately. Dapat timely ang pag-address nitong mga issues and concerns na to. But then again, at the end of the day, we are in one organization. So I hope these things are settled amicably. Kailangan na lang itong pag-usapan. That's why a school leader, an effective school leader must know how to go around the problem. Dapat yung communication skills niya, refined. Pinipili niya ang mga tamang words na sasabihin para hindi offensive to both parties. Or hindi siya clinging to one side or to one party. Dapat neutral ground siya. Palabasin lang ang mga lahat ng totoong nangyari at pag-usapan. Then later, kapag nasabi na ang lahat, the school head can say, oh, maybe ito yung iyong opportunity to reflect. Party 1. Party 2, ito yung opportunity for you to reflect din. Then agree. In the future ba, mangyayari ulit to? Dahil kung mangyayari to in the future again, hindi na ako ang magsisettle na to. I-escalate na natin sa higher ups para pag-usapan nila. As to the issues on the righteousness ng act, hindi ako makakapagsabi kasi wala ako dun sa situation. There are external factors. Pero yung pagsasabi ng mga below the belt na mga statements sa GC, that's really, really wrong. That's unbecoming of a teacher. That's really, really unprofessional. So kailangan yung pagtuunan ng pansin.
Thank you, Sir Ryan.
Opo, correct Ma'am Arlene. Talagang pag may misunderstanding na hindi agad in-address, talagang makakloud yung judgment. Dapat pag-usapan po agad. Yan, tama si Ma'am Larissa. The principal must set clear policies, guidelines, and protocols so teachers know what to follow. Tama yun. They should be fair. Keeps communication open without bias and ensure that leadership is practiced with respect, transparency, and without misuse of power. Dapat imo-model to ni school head. Dapat imo-model niya yung openness, fairness, transparency. Speaking about transparency, gusto ko lang i-share. The first time I conducted a meeting in my first school, nung ako ay naging school head, alam nyo ba na nung ako ay nag-share nung MOE, nabigla yung ibang teachers. Ang sabi ng ibang teachers, "Sir, is it okay for you to be sharing the financial details of the school?" Sabi ko, why not? You should be part of this. You should know about this. So I asked my administrative officer, not my administrative officer, I asked the administrative officer of the school to share to us the spending in the previous quarters that the school did, and then the breakdown of the expenditures, the amount, the specific amounts, to whom the money went, the service providers, everything. We talked about the financial matters of the school during that meeting, and they were so surprised that the school's MOE was this and that, nearing 1 million, and they didn't know about it until I came to school, because I experienced this with my previous school heads. They would disclose to us how much money the school is receiving, how much money is allocated for this matter and that matter, for this project. Everything is lucid, everything is transparent. So I did that in the school that I handled, and they were so surprised that I was sharing about financial matters of the school. So when you become school leaders, friends, please, in your meetings, include financial matters, include transparency, consider transparency, tell them where the money goes, because they need to be informed. And in our meeting, I also disclosed to them that we have this amount for your projects, activities, and programs. And they were so surprised that I'm telling them to spend the money for their pups. So this has to change. These misconceptions in schools has to change. The teachers must know how much money is coming into the schools. The teachers should know how much money can be spent for their programs, because they have programs, they're proposing activities. They must know how much they can spend. And this must be embedded in our AIP, in our annual improvement plans, in our SIPs. This must be prepared prior to the conduct of the opening of the school year. This must be done prior, a year before implementation programs and projects are already in place. And financial matters must be transparent, must be open to everybody to look at in the school. Do you have similar experiences in your school or otherwise? Sabi ni Ma'am Raquel, absolutely true po, sir, for transparency as to how and where the money are used for the school, learners and teachers, even for the awareness of our stakeholders. Correct. When I called for the General Assembly, I also mentioned the exact amount of MOE that the school receives for that school year. And I laid down all the programs and projects that I planned for the school. Of course, collaboratively we planned, but I shared to them all the plans that we have for them. Because of that, we were able to procure an entirely new sound system for the school. We have procured CCTVs for the school. We have procured materials for the teachers. You know, the 10,000 cash allowance, the 10,000 peso cash allowance is not enough. It's not sufficient for you to spend for a school year. Remember, that's spent for your internet allowance, communication allowance, for your teaching materials, and that's not enough. So, as a school head, I complemented that. I allocated a certain amount of money for the procurement of supplies for the teachers. We would regularly give them reams of bond papers, ink for their printers, one set each. We slowly procure printers for the teachers, because those are part of our obligations to the teachers. We want our instruction to be better. We want our learners to be achievers. And that would be impossible to achieve if you don't support our teachers. We need to support them. Also, also, we push them to participate in activities outside the school, even private activities like trainings and seminars like this. We need to encourage them to invest in learning. If there are opportunities, you rotate the opportunities. You don't just give opportunities to the same people over and over again. Identify talents, identify potentials by giving them equal opportunities for these things, even outside the school. You should do that as a school leader. Tagalogin ko po, hindi kayo kalaban ng inyong mga teachers. Kayo ay kakampi. You should be building your empire together. Okay po? Bigyan niyo sila ng pagkakataon na ilabas ang kanilang potential by giving them the opportunity that they deserve. Hindi natin sila kalaban. Hindi sila threat sa atin. The more that they perform, the more that the office performs. Yun po yung pinaka dapat iniisip natin. I'm really, really glad for your sharing. Ang ganda-ganda ng mga sharing natin. Yan, sabi ni Sir Ramon Abareja. I agree po, sir, sometimes overpriced ang procurement. Hindi na yan mangyayari, sir, kapag nag-uusisa tayo, nagtatanong tayo. We can do this in meetings. We can raise concerns and questions politely. Do this in the meeting. Walang magagawa si school head kundi sumagot. Yan, transparency ng canteen management kasama din yung profit. Yeah, Sir Aljon, hindi natin maitatanggi that there is a large scheme of corruption in DepEd among school leaders. Pero we are thankful na marami pa ring mga matitinong school leaders. And I'm thankful right now because you will be part of those na mga matitinong school leaders. Kayo ang magbabago ng nangyayari ngayon sa mga schools, sa mga na-experience nyo. You will be the game changers. When you become school leaders, please make this happen. Make the change that you want nung kayo ay followers. Please realize these changes. Start by being transparent in your operations in the school. Thank you very much for your sharing. Any more sharing? Or we proceed to our slide decks already? Okay, I guess there are no more concerns. Maybe later, meron pa. We can talk about it.
Morning, sir. Good morning
Yes po. Yes po.
Hello. Sir, may concern lang po sana. About sa wins po. Kasi po, 6 years, teacher po ako. 6 years na po akong wins coordinator. Tapos, may lumabas na pong bagong memo po, sir, na yung pong mga concerns about sa wins, parang aalisin na po sa teaching, ililipat na po sa mga non-teaching. Kasi po, matagal ko na rin pong kino-concern yun sa different school head po na nakarating na nagpabago-bago po sa school namin. Na medyo challenging po yung ganong task sa akin kasi as a T1 po, ang nagiging problema ko po sa pag-implement po ng wins sa school namin. Pero nasa naman po kami, sustainability na. Yung pasunod po yung leagues, lalo na po medyo mas mataas po yung rank nila sa akin. Kasi as a T1 po, tapos sila T2 or T3 na, pag nagde-divide na po kami ng mga gawain, pag nag-assign na po ng mga committees, kasi hindi ko rin naman po kakayanin mag-isa lang, doon na po nagkakaroon ng problema. Kasi parang may mga colleagues po ako na parang ayaw nila ng task, ayaw nila ng tapos ayaw rin po nilang bumitaw po ng para lang po sa simpleng pagpapaganda ng classroom nila or pag-maintain lang po ng yung structuring po na hinahanap po ng wins. Tapos po, nag-assign na po si Sir noon, Sir, tapos ibinalik po sa akin pero hindi na po ako ang nakasulat na pangalan sa win coordinator. Okay lang po ba, sir, na tanggapin ko po ba siya ulit? yung ganun po kabigat ulit na task. Kasi po every time na ini-evaluate po ang school namin, medyo malaki din po yung nagagastos ko kasi kung ayaw nang makasama ko na palwal, ako po talaga yung ako po yung gagalaw kasi ayoko naman pong pagdating ng oras na mag-fail po yung school or hindi namin na-maintain yung ganun pong award, baka po ako ang sisihin.
Thank you, Ma'am Mayet. Bago ko po sagutin yung iyong tanong, gusto ko pong i-appreciate ka for being so kind. Nabasa ko po agad yung personality mo. You're so kind and considerate. But kindness must end at some point. Okay po. Kailangan din nating isipin yung sarili natin kung halimbawa it is already taking a toll sa ating health, kung nasistress na tayo, kung tayo ay napapagod na, sa ginagawa natin. Dapat po tayong umaray kapag masakit na. Sige po, sagutin natin, himayin natin ang problema. Ang problema ni Ma'am Mayeth ay tungkol sa isang task na ginagawa na niya for so long, for 6 years. Ngayon, nag-raise siya ng concern na baka pwedeng mapalitan naman ako, and then napalitan nga sa pangalan. Binalik ngayon kay Ma'am Mayeth ng kanyang principal, pero hindi nakasulat ang pangalan niya. Ma'am, ikaw po ang makakapag-decide kung tatanggapin mo siya. Okay po, ikaw ang makakapag-decide. Kasi kung tinatanong ka ni school head, ibabalik ko sa'yo, gusto mo ba? Take the chance po to say no kung hindi mo na talaga kaya. Lay your reasons. Sabihin mo yung reasons. Sir, baka po ma-compromise ko yung result kung tatanggapin ko pa po ulit. Be honest with your problems, with your predicaments, with your challenges doon sa role. Second, kung tatanggapin mo siya, make sure na meron kang designation paper. Doon sa designation paper, naka-detail ang mga dapat mong gawin. Kung wala po doon nakalagay na kailangan mong gumastos dahil hindi dapat gumagastos ang teacher sa mga coordinatorships na by the way dapat tinatanggal na sa inyo dahil sa school heads na po yan at sa mga AOs, administrative officers. Dapat nandun na yun sa kanila. Konti na lang ang natitira sa teacher. Yung mga ibang coordinatorships, dapat kay school head na, kay AO na. So, kung feeling mo, kaya mo pa naman siyang tanggapin, dapat po mayroong designation paper, nakasulat yung pangalan mo, nakasulat yung period ng iyong panunungkulan at yung mga specific tasks. And before you conform, kasi pipirma ka, di ba, sa designation paper, before you conform, sabihin mo po kay school head na saan po kukunin ang budget nito. Kasi meron pong eligible expenses para sa wins in schools. Pwede ka pong mag-propose ng mga activities, lagyan mo po ng budget, ipasok po ninyo sa annual implementation plan. Kung naipasa na-approve na ang AIP, pwede po kayong mag-supplemental AIP. Pwede kayong magdagdag ng mga activities na babudgetan po ninyo para hindi kayo gumagastos. Meron pong eligible expenses para sa ating mga programs at projects, specifically wins. Ginagastusan po yan dapat ng MOE. Kalkulado po yan ng central office kung magkano ang para dyan. So you shouldn't be spending your own money, kulang na nga ang sahod, gumagastos ka pa. You shouldn't be spending your own money. Third option. This one, yung hindi mo natatanggapin. Yung una, pakiusap pa lang na hindi mo siya tatanggapin. Yung pangatlo, hindi mo siya tatanggapin, pakiusap at meron kang black and white. Magsulat ka po sa iyong school head stating all the reasons for you to decline the obligation, because one, for so long you have held it already for 6 years. You're going to give opportunities for other people to excel in that area. Before you do that po, mag-train ka na muna ng iyong protege or ng iyong assistant. Mag-train ka para sa kanya mo na i-delegate later with the bas-bas ng iyong school head. Kasi ang iniisip ni school head, mapaparalyze yung program kung walang hahawak. So kapag may nakita niyang meron kang ipapalit na hindi mo naman talaga papasahan ng obligasyon lang, kundi iti-train mo naman siya, i-ready mo naman siya. So, you can write a resignation letter para sa iyong coordinatorship na yan. You have the right to decline. Yeah, makakarinig ka ng mga sasabihin ng ibang tao, pero that's the only measure to do kung talagang hindi mo na siya kayang gawin. Kasi in the long run, you will compromise the results naman talaga. Kung hindi naman ready yung puso at isip at katawan na tanggapin yung role. Kasi you did your best already, and I know you did your best already for those 6 years na nasa yung role. Pwede ka pong tumanggi. Pwede mong i-bargain sa iyong sulat na, "Sir, can I decline this and maybe I handle this para mag-grow naman ako sa area na to." Give and take lang naman ang pwede nating gawin. And kung meron ka talagang nararamdaman, say, in your physical health, you can attach your medical certificate stating, nakalagay yung sinabi ni doctor na you need rest. So, hindi yan i-decline ni school head. Put it in writing. Then, kapag nireject yung resignation mo, hingi ka ng black and white na response. Ask them to respond in black and white, stating the reasons why dinidecline nila yung iyong resignation. Yeah, maybe some of you may be thinking, that's easy for you to say kasi hindi ka teacher na. Naging teacher din po ako and I did that. Nakibargain ako sa aking mga school leaders na ang tagal ko na po dito na coordinator sa ganito, maybe sa ibang level naman, kung parehas na role sa iba naman, or iba naman na bagay. Kumbaga, hindi pwede kasing matanggalan tayo ng portfolio na iba because that will make us grow in the profession. Yan din yung problema ng iba, hindi lahat ha, ng ibang teachers na hindi pa nga nabibigyan ng role, tumatanggi na agad. Yun na yung problema din. Yung takot tumanggap ng obligasyon. How will you know if you can do it if you won't start doing it? In your case, Ma'am Mayet, napatunayan mo naman na because you've mentioned may mga awards na. So you did your best already. And it's, I think, acceptable for you to decline the offer this time. I hope that helped. Okay lang ba yun, Mamaya, yung aking response sa iyong query?
Yes, yes po sir. Sobrang helpful po sa akin. Thank
Opo,
you
thank you
po.
po. Basta po pag may programs, ma'am, na kailangan ng budget, gawa ka lang po ng proposal approved ni principal. Pakita mo sa accounting ninyo, acceptable po yun.
Opo, sir. Thank you po ulit.
Tama, Ma'am Aizel. Sabi niya, reality is favorite utusan ni principal ang gurong mabait at madaling sumunod. Totoo naman talaga yan. Minsan kailangan nating mag-say no. We should learn how to say no. But, may but na naman, syempre laging may but. Saying no shouldn't be detrimental to the job. Hindi yung nag-no ka dahil gusto mo lang mag-no tapos na-compromise na entirely yung goals ng organization. It should be a give and take approach. It should be open communication. It should be about talking about the issues, not the persons. Yun dapat yung gagawin ni school heads. Sa inyo na po nakasalala yon kasi magiging school leaders kayo in the future. Malapit na yon. Maybe next week, ma-promote na kayo. Next month, ma-promote na kayo. You should enact the change you wanted when you were a follower. Pag kayo na ang school leader. Kasi hindi yan mababago hanggat hindi walang taong nagbabago ng mga bagay-bagay na yan. Okay, any more that you would like me to address? We proceed to the slides already. We're just in time para matapos yung ating slides. Still have roughly an hour to finish the slides. I guess there are no more. Thank you, Ma'am Raquel. We proceed na. Thank you very much. Yan, ang ganda-ganda ng ating usapan today. I missed talking to teachers from all sorts. Ang ganda-ganda ng ating usapan. Now we proceed. Okay. Actually, magsa-start na tayo ng topic 2. Kasi tapos na tayo kaya nagkaroon na tayo ng insights giving already Meron tayong topic 2. Pero tanungin natin yung ating bossing. Sir Jay, do we proceed to start the next session or we end here and then start later? Sir Jay or Sir Moderator?
I think, sir, as scheduled in our program, we shall continue the topic to this afternoon.
Okay, let me be clear. I-continue na natin to hanggang 12.
Okay.
Okay, we proceed. Okay, thank you very much. Now, here we have some legal basis that we need to consider if we really aspire to become school leaders one day. Ang school leadership po ay master teacher, school heads, department heads. By the way po, based on recent issuance, ang department head po ay sa master teacher 1 na po ibibigay. Master teacher na ibibigay. Kasi build and scrap na tayo sa head teachers. Mawawala na yung mga head teachers kapag nag-retitle na sila. Or if they wish to stay as head teachers, hindi sila mapopromote. So yun po yung consequence if you don't retitle your position. Hanggang doon na lang. Head teacher 5 ka and you don't want to retitle, for example, to master teacher 1, hanggang dyan na lang. Dyan ka na magre-retire. So it's best that you retitle po. You go through retitling of your position. Now, in our legal basis, as flash on the screen, we have 3 groups here. Isa-isahin po natin. Dahil magiging school leaders tayo one day, or if we are already school leaders pero hindi pa full-fledged, kailangan nating intindihin ang DepEd Order number 42 Series 2017 or the PPST based supervision. Ang ating PPST ay nakaangkla po sa ating RPMS din. Nakaangkla sila sa isa't isa. Our DepEd Order 42 Series 2017 enumerates 7 domains, 37 strands, 37 indicators per career stage. Ang ating mga career stages ay beginning, proficient, highly proficient, and distinguished professionals. Yun po yung ating details, some details. Hindi pa yan yung entirety niyan. But these summarize the details of DO 42 Series 2017. Now let's go to the second column, the performance rating. Of course, nakaangkla pa rin po ang ating performance rating sa DO42. Inadapt po ng ating PMS ngayon, yung dating RPMS natin, inadapt pa rin po yung DepEd Order 42 Series 2017. Meaning to say, all indicators measured sa atin ay nakaangkla doon sa domains na yon, sa strands na yon, at indicators na yon. Tinatranslate lang po. Let's go to the history, the timeline as to when this performance rating was crafted. Na-establish po ito noong 2015. Yan, na-establish siya noong 2015. Then, it was integrated with the PPST in 2017 to 2020. This is the issuance of DepEd Order 42 Series 2017. And there were revisions to this, not major revisions, only renaming, realignment. And we have the refinement and consultation in 2024. And then there was a time in 2024-2025 that our RPMS was suspended through an executive order. I think it's 60, an executive order issued by the president suspending our RPMS for recalibration, realignment, revision. Then we transitioned to PMS last school year, and we had conducted classroom observations 1 and 2. 1 for encapsulating the 2 observations, or 2 separating the 2 classroom observations. That happened last year, early this year. And we have CSE rules for teacher performance and promotion. As school leaders, you need to understand this. There are issuances being fielded that we need to know. We have CSE resolution number 1600358 in 2015. This is the qualification standards for senior high school teaching positions. This is the DepEd Order number 3, Series 2016. That's DepEd Order number 3, Series 2016. And this was complemented this year by the qualification standards for senior high schools. There's already an issuance from the Department of Education, primarily the Human Resource Division, on the qualification standards for senior high school. And we also have CSC resolution number 1600324 in 2016, amending the qualification standards for public schools district supervisors. There was an amendment in the QS of the PSCSS, because one of these days you will become supervisors. It will not end, your career progression will not end as in your school head post. You can be a supervisor. You can be a public schools district supervisor or a learning area supervisor. So you should know this. And CSC resolution number 2500229 in 2025, revising the QS for first level positions. Third level positions, the third level positions are your assistant superintendents up. Okay, assistant superintendents, regional directors. They are the third level. Those are the third level positions. We are in the first level positions. So these are, in a nutshell, the legal provisions, the legal basis when it comes to supporting teachers, because you want them to progress in their career. So as future school leaders, instructional leaders, and supervisors, we should be aware of these issuances. Now let's define supervision. Okay, we are now in supervising the classes. Supervision is planned. It's continuous. It's a process of helping teachers improve their instructional practices through one, observation. You go around the school, you go through to the classes and observe. You give feedback, you coach, you mentor, and you provide for professional development. All of these are planned and continuous. It shouldn't end. It should be continuing. It should be a continuing practice. Now, here are the key characteristics of supervision. We have 4. Your supervision must be developmental. It should be supportive, it should be collaborative, and it should be reflective. Let's go through it one by one. When we say our supervision is developmental, it focuses on improving teacher competence and student outcomes. When do you do this? How do you do this? You go around the school campus. You go hourly to the classes. You roam around. You observe classes. It does not mean you observe inside the classroom. You can go around the vicinity of the classes. You can visit the halls, the hallways. You can visit the canteen, listen to conversations. You go around the classrooms and classes, listen to the discussions in the class, and maybe come up with plans to develop competencies and student outcomes by providing or planning activities that address the concerns of the teachers based on your observations. Of course, you have your in-classroom observations. You shouldn't miss observing your teachers once in a while. They should be regular, maybe monthly, if not weekly. You can do this. Teachers should be used to classroom observations, because the Department of Education will come to a point where classroom observation will be scheduled regularly, meaning there is a uniform timetable for everyone at the department to get observed, just like in the United States. In the United States, they are observed following stringent guidelines, strict guidelines on classroom delivery, on classroom instruction, on the use of technology, on the use of learning resources. They are rated. And immediately after the class observation, the results are relayed to the teacher for immediate improvement or revision of practice. So our teacher should be used to classroom observations. I remember when I was a teacher, I would invite my department heads and my school head to observe me in my instruction. Maybe because I was young, naive, I was young and ideal. So I would invite them to attend my classes. And My request would be granted from time to time. Sometimes it would be declined, but it's okay. I needed comments. I needed recommendations to improve my instruction, improve my skills, my competencies in teaching, because I understand that if I'm a good teacher, maybe my learners will be good at the assessments, in the assessments. So I would usually invite my heads to observe me in my class because I would always come to class prepared. I would miss preparing for some time, but most of the time I would come prepared to the class because there are other things that we do in school which affect or influence our preparedness in the class, and that's understandable. But we should be reporting to our class ready all the time. And when you become teachers when you become supervisors one day, um, you must be ready to observe your teachers. They must be ready to be get observed by you because you have laid the foundation. You have supported them really well, really enough that they are confident to get observed by you from time to time. Ma'am Raquel said in ECP Buzzer, can the MTs possibly be promoted to PSDS or learning supervisors without becoming a school head? Since most of the tasks and functions in school, like SPM before, research, SMEA, are assigned to the MTs plus the mentoring and coaching for the proficient teachers. Just want to be enlightened on this. Thank you. Okay. Um, when I got promoted as education program supervisor, I was a TIC for 6 months. I don't think that was credited because I only got to serve for 6 months. My instructional supervision was based on my being a master teacher. So yes, you can be promoted from MT to a PSTS. MT1 is salary grade 18. PSDS and EPS is salary grade 22. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That was justified. The quantum leap was justified because I qualified based on the QS. A supervisor has to finish masters, has to have instructional supervision roles. There are years that are required for you to have accomplished this so that you can be qualified for that position. So yeah, you just have to satisfy the QS. Again, you just have to satisfy the QS. I was an MT, I was a TIC, and I got promoted to supervisor. I was an MT1, and I got promoted as an education program supervisor. And my papers are already signed by the Civil Service Commission, so I guess I qualified. Yes, Ma'am Raquel, you can be promoted to a PSCS or a learning area supervisor. Yes, Ma'am Roma shared that her two MTs were promoted to EPSS just recently. Thank you, Ma'am Raquel, for those kind words. Just believe in yourself that you can. No one will believe that you can for you. Did you get that? Believe in yourself that you can. No one will feel that for you. You should be your number one supporter first. Believe in yourself that you can because you can. You will get promoted. I'll just share to you just very quickly how I progressed in my career. I was hired as a teacher one in 2011. I promised myself that I'll get promoted after at most 5 years. So true enough, after 4 years in 2015, I got promoted to teacher three. We were 13 applicants for that position, and I studied. I knew that education was a major part in the promotion. So I studied. I prepared for it. I prepared my programs and projects. Even if I was as a teacher one, I submitted proposals, which the higher positions would normally do. But because I was ideal, I was so aggressive. I submitted proposals. My department heads were so supportive. My school head was so supportive that I was permitted to conduct programs and projects, even if some would not be aligned to my KRA. It's okay. That was okay for them because they were so supportive. So 2011 teacher one, 2015 teacher three. And then after that, I planned again. I studied, I finished my master's. I conducted programs and projects, not because I want to get promoted, but that is part of the plan. But because I want to improve my craft. In my craft, I want to improve the results of my instruction, because if we aspire for higher positions, it must be coupled with our aspiration to improve instruction. The results of our instruction must also progress. It's not bad that you aspire for promotion, but it should be coupled with, it's just proper and right to be, for that to be coupled with results. Our learners should be performing. If you want to be promoted, our learners should be promoted as well, promoted in terms of their accomplishment. So I really prepared for programs and projects. I led the school in the implementation of lesson study for 11 years. It was introduced to me by my former department head. I led a group, even the master teachers, I led them. I was so aggressive and ideal. I was so idealistic that I led them for 11 years in conducting lesson study. Lesson study is an instructional technology from Japan, which started in 1900s. It's the backbone of Japan's um, accomplished system of education. So I lead them in doing that. I also handled subjects and research so that I could be equipped with the concepts on research, data-driven decision making. I needed research. I needed to teach research so that I will grow. I would grow. So I took subjects um, about research and taught them in classes. So I invested in learning so that when the time is right, I would get promoted. So let's not be hypocritical. We want to get promoted, but if you want to get promoted, we need to be prepared. And when we want to get promoted, that should be translated to the work that we do. Our learners should perform side by side, vis-a-vis our performance. So in 2015, I aspired for more programs and projects in the school, in the junior high school. And then in 2020, I submitted for promotion for master teacher. First, I submitted for the master teacher 2 position from teacher 3. I think it's quantum leap because SG13 is for teacher 3, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Master teacher 2 is 19. So that would be more than 3 steps. So, but if your human resource section could justify your promotion, it's acceptable to CSC. They just need to have a black and white of the justification of why quantum leap is to be permitted or allowed. But in this case, in the career progression, I don't think that will be that will still be promoted, or that will still be the case, because it was explicitly stated that no quantum leap is to be permitted. In my case, it's a mix of fortune. It's a mix of hard work and fortune, because yeah, luck is also playing a role in our career progression. I believe in that. I submitted my papers for MT2. I got the first rank. I scored 93 points in the selection process. Unfortunately, though, it was unfortunate for me because the role was not given to me. It was given to somebody else in the third rank. I would emphasize that. The position was given to the third in rank. At first, I got hurt. It was frustrating for me because I did all that I could. I contributed to the betterment of my learners, and then this is what I got after the selection. And then later, I realized you will not get everything all at once. You may have a good plan for yourself, but God is preparing a more beautiful plan for you. So later did I realize that. So um, after that, I submitted for MT1, and then I got promoted to MT1. Uh, After getting promoted in 2020 for MT1, I spent 5 years in senior high school. That was a jump from junior high school to senior high school. I got promoted in MT1 in senior high school, and there I was given leadership tasks. I led the teachers in mathematics. Um, I led them in developing lesson exemplars, in developing learner potentials who could be participants to international competitions, and teachers as well. We would send teachers to regional competitions. We would prepare them. And part of my promise to myself when I became a master teacher is that all of our teachers in the math group would be MA degree holders. You heard it right. I included in my KRA the role, the obligation, the responsibility to make everyone in the group graduate in MA. So we did not provide financial support because we don't have that. We provided technical assistance provision in the writing of their research. We validated their instruments. We validated their protocol in their research. We edited their papers. I also volunteered to edit their papers, and the other master teacher, we did that. And in my stint as a master teacher in leading them for 5 years, we were able to make 3 teachers graduate with an MA degree. And they would attribute also their success to what we did, the practice that we did. It's not attributable to me alone. It was a collaborative work. The condition was, we want to help you finish your studies, but help us in the management of mathematics instruction, in the delivery of instruction. And so they did. We would achieve milestones. We would win in regional, national, international competitions in mathematics in senior high school. And the teachers would really attend to their classes with heart, with a heart. They would attend to their classes on time. Seldom do I encounter a teacher coming tardy to class because they know what's at stake. They know that we are investing so much in them, and they are also investing so much in their instruction. So there was a give and take relationship. That strategy worked really well. We made 3 teachers graduate in masters because we were so open to the concept that we can't do this alone. So, as leaders, we need your help. So we did it collaboratively. So after my stint as a master teacher for 5 years, I was looking for some more challenge because I am a very aggressive person when it comes to work. I don't want my work to be iterative or repetitive. I don't want to be doing the same things over and over and over and again. So I look for opportunities for other challenges. So when NCASH came, the opportunity to take the test, I jokingly said to my department head, "Sir, let's take the NCASH," as if it's just an idea, as if we're just making a wish for a birthday. So we did. We took the test in 2024, and then in October of last year, we got the results and we passed. And then after that, I submitted myself again because I already spent 5 years in MT. What will I be doing here after 5 years? So I want another set of challenge. So there came a point when 9 vacant items were open to NCASH passers. I applied. I submitted myself for promotion for school principal 1. 9 vacancies. We were 24 applicants. I got the 4th spot in the rank. 3 of us were newbies, meaning we did not handle any school before. The others handled already. The rest of the 24 applicants handled schools already. They were TICs, head teachers. What happened was, you were not given items. The 3 of us were not given the item. The reason of the SDS was reasonable. It was valid because she was after the organizational structure. Because when you become a school leader, there are financial matters, there are matters detrimental to the position. Meaning, if there is no school head, because of the disruptions of promotions, the operations of the school will get paralyzed, especially when it comes to financial matters. So I accepted the role of TIC instead. So I was given a TIC role, even if I was qualified already to handle a school as a principal 1. It was hurtful at first, but later on, I grew. The best revenge is quality service. So I showed them that we can do it, that we can carry out the tasks even if we are TICs only. So we did it. I did the task for 6 months. I believe we have made changes in the school. I believe we have followed through the guidelines implemented in running a school. So that's my career progression. I planned my career just like you are doing right now. You should plan your career. Let's already do away with the belief that you're young and you will not be promoted. You're young, it's not yet your time. No, it's not true. Emotional maturity does not come with age all the time. also with leadership. You can be a leader even if you're 21, 22, or you can grow into a leader even if you're reaching 40. You can be a late bloomer, but you have a leader in you. It's okay. Just need to see things clearly. Um, Step back and look at the bigger picture. Maybe the plans that you have for yourself are not that beautiful. So the Lord will make it happen beautifully, more beautifully in the future. You just have to trust the process. Okay, that's my sharing for this part. Because you need to inspire your teachers, and inspiration must come from within. If you're not inspired yourself, then maybe nothing good will happen. Sabi mo, Raquel, what is your insight on discretionary power of SDS in ranking selection in relation po to ora-ora? Okay, let's address this already so that you won't get hurt when you submit yourself for promotion. The SDS really has the power, the discretionary power, wide latitude discretion to appoint, to appoint teachers or applicants, even if they did not rank one in the selection process. Actually, it's no longer called ranking. It's already called selection process. Okay, you may be ranked because of your points, but the appointment is still based on the discretion of the SDS. It works this way. Say we have 5 vacant items. Okay, say Master Teacher 2. There was an announcement of 5 vacant Master Teacher 2. Now, who will be part of the pool of possible appointees? You have 5 vacancies. Multiply that by 5. So all the top 25 in the roster of qualified applicants have equal opportunity to get promoted or appointed. That's how it works in the ora-ora. We multiply the number of vacant items by 5, and that's the number of appointees, qualified appointees that can be given the position. Again, you're applying for MT2, there are 5 vacancies. You are 30 applicants. 5 times 5 is 25. The top 25 teachers in the roster of applicants can be appointed as Master Teacher 2, regardless of their rank. So, if you are rank 1 and you were not appointed, maybe because you failed the background investigation, there's BI. Be good. You should be good all the time. Be good as a person, be good as a professional. Be good with your dealings with other people, because that may come back to you positively or negatively. BI is working in promotions. When I got promoted to EPS, I waited for months before I can even get the item, because I got BI'd first. I would be investigated. My background was investigated. They would ask people who know me. They would ask about my background personally and professionally before I could even get the promotion. So to answer that, Ma'am Raquel, it's legal. The discretionary power of SDS is legal. It's provided for by ora-ora, and it's also within the bounds of RA 9155. Sir Aljon, sir, I have a concern relative to the IPCRF of MT. Should the PSDS ask for MOBs before the IPCRF be signed by the ASDS, even if it's already been signed by the principal as the rater? Like in my case, my IPCRF was returned with no signature of ASDS because the supervisor asked first my MOBs to be submitted. Although I complied, but is it really necessary given the DO17 stating that no portfolio is required to be submitted? Until now, I have not yet received my signed IPCR. Okay. Sir Aljon, I'm very, very sorry, but your PSDS is correct in asking for MOBs if he deemed to ask for them. He has all the rights to ask for your MOBs. This is the validation task of the PSDS. Maybe because there are issues or concerns that need to be clarified. Maybe it's not just you, maybe it's the entire team. that's being asked of their MOVs. But for portfolio is not required, only MOVs. Okay, let's distinguish between MOVs and portfolio. MOVs are the specific papers asked of you to prepare as evidence or manifestation of your work or your accomplishment. You are not going to prepare your MOVs in a portfolio way. You're not going to have it stacked in portfolio in clear plastics in envelopes. You don't have to do that. You just have to present the MOVs one by one as required by your raters. They really need to see your MOVs. If they deem that they want to see your MOVs, you have to abide by it. There's nothing wrong with showing your MOVs. But portfolio, you're not required to prepare any portfolio. You have not received your signed IPCRF yet. It's about time to, it should be the perfect time to follow up. Please follow it up with your personnel section or your HR. You should go to the division office already and ask for your copy. You should have your copy of your IPCR. From Ma'am Jenna, what particular MOB to prove that I have 2 years relevant experience in instructional supervision technical assistance? Thank you po, sir. Ma'am Jenna, what is your role right now?
Sir, MT2 po.
Okay, how many years have you been an MT for how many years na po?
2 years na po, sir.
2 years na.
Opo.
Okay, ma'am, in your stint as master teacher for 2 years, I believe you have programs and projects, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you have been observing classes, correct?
Yes, sir.
You have your observation notes, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your scribbles on the lesson plans of the teachers that you have been observing since then, since your start as a master teacher.
O, sa kanila ko lang, hindi ko, ang copy ay sa kanila lang, sir.
Okay, from now on, Ma'am Jenna, I want you please to keep records of your transactions with them. Your rating sheets, your lesson plans must be duplicated for your own consumption. You need to have these copies because this will support your instructional supervision and technical assistance role.
Ah, yes, sir. Okay, sige, sir. Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
and please
How about
go,
sir, yung mga PMC,
go ahead po.
yung mga kuan, sir, yung mga PMC, pwede po yun?
Opo. Kailangan po ang performance coaching and monitoring form, ma'am. Kailangan po yun. Dapat po approve nila, napirmahan po ng mga dapat pumirma. Pati po yung ating learning action cell plan, yung ating TNA plan, dapat po pirmado lahat. Yan, attach mo po yun. Those will serve as your MOB for instructional supervision and technical assistance.
Ah. How about sir yung yung dinesignate ng principal as OIC?
Kasama din po yun, ma'am. Lalo pat dinesignate kayo bilang principal, malaking bagay po yun.
Okay. Thank you po.
Opo.
Thank you po.
Ang ganda ng ating. And I hope I'm helping you. All of these are based on what I have experienced. Kung ako ay nag-a-apply pa. Lahat po, lahat po mga kapatid, lahat po ng inyong mga papel ay itago po ninyo. Nung ako po ay nag-uumpisa sa DepEd, bihira ako magtago ng papel. Bihira din akong gumawa ng papel para sa mga ginagawa kong mabubuti para sa DepEd. Hindi po ako nag-iisip noon. Until such time na dumating yung pagkakataon na, uy, na-promote to, wala naman siyang ginagawa masyado. Ako napagod. Yun, naisip na po ako. Lahat na po ng ginagawa ko, ginawan ko na din ng papel. Nung una, ako doon, apprehensive. Bakit ako gagawa ng mga papel? Parang binibilang ko yung ginagawa kong tama para sa DepEd. Pero nung napopromote yung mga hindi dapat ma-promote, doon na ako nag-isip, kailangan ko talagang magbilang ng papel pala. Thank you, Ma'am Larissa. Sabi ni Ma'am Larissa, as newly appointed head of SHS department at a private university, I face challenges because some colleagues find it hard to accept my qualifications. My bachelor's degree is in HRM, but I completed Prof Ed units, passed the licensure exam, finished my MBA. I'm about to finish my MAED. I hold DESTA NC2 certifications, which allowed me to teach TVL in senior high school for 8 years. For 6 years, I served as the TVL track coordinator. Last year, I was appointed OIC principal of the KGSGHS. Medyo mahaba po. And this year, I became the SHS principal. Good for you, ma'am. Congratulations. Some colleagues have already completed their doctorate in educational management, which makes building trust more challenging. My question is, how can I best handle this and gain the trust of the faculty? Can you share practical strategies that would help me earn the full support of my teachers so we can all work together effectively? Okay, thank you very much. Napaka-interesting po na tanong. In your case po, ma'am, na-satisfy mo ang QS, so you deserve to be wherever you are right now. I support that. You deserve to be there because you qualify the QS. Now, as to making people believe you, do your work. Work and walk an extra mile. Go beyond. That's what you have to do, and include them. In the decision making, you ask for their consensus. When making big decisions, you ask for their insights. Praise them regularly. Praise what they do good. But be firm with your decisions. If you see that they're doing it the negatively, you have to point out the wrong things that they're doing. That's one trait of a leader. You should be firm. You should be decisive. You should be someone who says what needs to be said. But of course, in a professional way, in a professional manner. Gaining the trust of the faculty, it will take time because they're gauging you. They're testing your abilities. And this is your opportunity to show them that you can because you can. Ma'am Larissa, you can because you can. Show them what you can do. Be the one who leads the preparation of programs, of the activities. Be there, be present, be felt, be there, be present in ups and in downs. That's how you can collect their trust. You are going to plant first before you can sow their trust. You need to show them that you are capable, that you can do it. Don't mind the gossipers. Don't mind the people who would talk behind your back. It's none of your business. No one will hurt you if you don't let them. Okay? I'm inspiring you already, Ma'am Larissa. I'm empowering you. You deserve to be there. You are qualified. You satisfy the QS. You deserve to be there. Now, as to the problem of gathering their trust, this is the time for you to do it. You have to get it by creating opportunities for them to excel, by lifting them, by giving them opportunities to show and harness their potential. Show them what you can. This is your opportunity. This is the right moment for you. I cannot teach you how to become confident. It's on you. I believe you are confident because from an HRM grad to becoming the senior high school principal, that's something. You will not be promoted to that position if you have not showed anything in the past, anything of quality in the past. So continue doing that. Grow in your position, grow in your profession, thrive in whatever designation that you got, because you can do it. We have Sir Elmer. In relation to Ma'am Jenna, how about yung hindi pa nag-HC or MT or HH? Paano magkaroon ng 2 years relevant experience in IS and TA? Ako po ay SEPS sa SDO. Okay, you are a senior education program specialist in SDO, Ma'am Sir Elmer. Kailangan mo po, sir, mag-engage. Kailangan mo pong mabigyan ng designation. Baka pwede kang ma-designate as a TIC. Kailangan po nagtuturo ka muna, sir. Kailangan magturo ka muna kung hindi ka pa nagtuturo. Pero I think pag SEPS dapat nagturo muna. So kung gusto mo talaga po na maging HC or MT, kailangan mong magturo muna kasi may qualification po sa mga taon. May qualification sa bilang ng mga taon bago tayo ma-promote. So kailangan mo munang i-satisfy yon. I suggest you go over the QS. yung qualification standards for these positions para guided tayo kung paano natin siya gagawin. I believe you can, Sir Elmer, kasi nagtatanong ka nga eh. So I know there's this fire in you to achieving this. Kaya mo po yan. Yung iyong experience, pagiging steps, gamitin mo po yan kapag ikaw ay nasa baba na. Thank you, Ma'am Jennifer. Kailangan po talaga pag leader talagang pangatawanan yung pagiging compassionate sa mga subordinates kasi ikaw lang naman ang masisiraan ng bait kapag hindi mo napapasunod yung mga tao mo. Thank you for your kind words. Sabi ni Ma'am Catherine, good morning po. Ito pala ay ito pala ay retreat recollection pero maganda itong opportunity. Religious ed po, bachelor's degree ko. Finish my MAED in SPED and has 30 units in management and doctoral. Pwede po ako ma-promote MT. Sige, hindi ako sure dito. Ang pagiging MT ay, yung iba ay subject specific. Okay po? Ano po ang tinuturo mo, Ma'am Catherine?
Values ed po.
Values ed naman pala, Ma'am. Pasok. Pasok naman ang iyong bachelor's sa SPED. Management. Ang management kasi, Ma'am, sa bagay, MT, leading to administrative, i-satisfy mo lang po yung QS kapag ikaw ay, malalaman mo naman po kasi meron kang disqualification notice na marireceive kung hindi. Pero kung pinatuloy ka po nila, ibig sabihin qualified ka. Ito yung apprehensions ng mga applicants. Kasi akala nila hindi sila qualified, kaya hindi sila nagsasubmit. Please submit. If you think you have satisfied the QS, i-submit mo po. Malalaman mo naman kung qualified ka or hindi through notices. Don't be afraid to submit papers. Madali lang naman mag-photocopy. I-promote natin ang sarili natin by submitting papers. Don't be afraid, Ma'am Catherine. Hindi ako sure sa ano po nito, technicalities, kasi this is a new case. Ano po ang position nyo ngayon, Ma'am? Teacher. Na-promote ka nga, Ma'am, Teacher 3, so I don't see any barrier sa promotion mo for MT. Just qualify, i-satisfy mo lang po yung QS. Mapopromote ka po ng MT. Tapusin mo po yung MA mo. Tapos ka naman pala ng MA mo. SPED naman, aligned naman siya sa ESP. So I don't think there are barriers to your promotion as MT. Okay po, thank you very much po. So do you have some more concerns? It's 11:44. I would like to finish the first slide doon sa ating session 2. Later, marami pa tayong insights. Ang ganda ng usapan natin. Hindi natin sinasara dito.
Pangit ang tunog.
Hindi ba clear ang aking audio po? Hello?
Clear po, sir.
Clear po,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Okay, we go back to our slides. Ang dami nating napag-usapan. Punta tayo sa supportive na supervision. Huwag tayong mag-micromanage. Okay? Let's not micromanage. When we say micromanaging, we look at every detail of whatever they do. If we delegate the task, let them do it. Okay? Let them fail if they have to. And later on, they will succeed based on their failures. They will know what to do if you entrust them the confidence that they deserve. Provide assistance rather than control. If there are problems already that you see they can no longer handle, it's the right time for you to come in, okay, to enter the situation, for you to bat in. But if you can see that they can still handle the situation, then let them be. Let them do it. I'm talking about programs, activities, projects. Let them do it. Let them fail. But they will never fail tremendously if you have given right at the start the support that they need, the technical assistance, the do's and don'ts, the list of do's and don'ts that they have to bear in mind, the things that they need to prepare. When planning PAPs, there are 3 stages. before, during, after. Before implementing a PAP, you need to be ready prior. All the logistical needs, the scheduling, the timing, the people, the human resource needed, the financial matters, everything should be in place already. During implementation, there must be consistent monitoring of every step. Not on your side making the micromanaging, but the teacher program owner implementing the task. You should be looking at how they progress. You shouldn't be micromanaging. You shouldn't be pointing out mistake
Ah,
after
di ba sabi
mistake
ko
after
magdo-drawing
mistake.
ka, gagamitin ko kasi ang cellphone.
Oh, you should be supportive. Next, collaborative. There must be an encouragement or dialogues between supervisors, school leaders, school heads, head teachers, master teachers, and teachers. You should be talking about things. There should there shouldn't be barriers to conversations. There must be an open line of communication. You should be talking about the things that need to be talked about. When I was a teacher, I would raise my hand when I would face difficulties. When I would have questions, I would really raise my hand and ask the question, because I will never get the correct answers if I don't give the right questions, if I don't raise the right questions. Ask the right questions. Follow timeliness in asking questions, because maybe you have asked the right question but untimely. So you need to ask the question right there and then if the situation asks for it. Ask the right questions. There's no harm in asking for clarifications. Uh, when I was a master teacher, there's this civil service memorandum on the 6 hour limitation to the work of teachers and the 2 hours spent either outside or inside the school. Our school leaders would make us time out at 11:47 in the morning, even if we didn't have last periods in the morning. Our classes would end at, say, um, our classes would end at 10:47. That would be the last period. Some of us would have that last period in the morning. And we should be allowed to go out at 11:30, not 11:47, because 11:47 was the end for all last periods in the morning for most teachers. But there are teachers who could actually go out at 11:30. So during a meeting which we called for, I asked the faculty president. I was the faculty president, so I'm very open to these kinds of confrontations. So I asked the then president to write a letter to the admin asking for clarifications through a meeting on the dismissal of teachers at 11:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon, because they would require us to go out at 11:47 and 5 p.m. And that's way past the number of hours required of us to spend in school. We are only required to have 6 hours of teaching and teaching related activities in the school. The other 2 hours can be spent outside or inside the school. So the meeting happened, and then we raised issues. So I personally raised the issue. I was a young father then. Um, we have a kid, a very, very young kid to take care of. So we would not miss minutes of opportunities to be with our child. So I raised that concern among other concerns of the teachers with the same sentiments. And then we won. We raised the civil service memorandum on the 6 hour teaching related provision by that memorandum. Also the provisions of DepEd, the issuances on for that matter. So we won. We were allowed to go out at 11:30 in the morning and 4:30 in the afternoon, because if they did not agree to our contention, then we told them that we would escalate the matter to the division office to ask the division office to tell the school to observe the 6 hour limitation. So we won. It's a bargain. It's a win-win situation for all of us, because the teachers would really find difficulty in finding teachers, in finding in strategizing on the class programming, because if the 6 hour limitation will be strictly followed, most teachers will be outside the school and they would not have any more people to depend on in their operations. So they agreed on plea to have the teachers go home at 11:30 and 4:30, 11:30 and 4:30 in the afternoon. That's because of our collaborative work between and among teachers who follow these leaders. We are talking about things. We have an open communication. We are open to questions. Our leaders were so open to questions, even if at some point they would be hard on us, but they were so open to questions. They would be open to suggestions, to insights. And that's really a healthy working environment for us. I was not so stressed when I was in that former station of mine, because the leaders would listen to us. It's part of collaborative supervision. They would collaborate with us for the betterment of the entire school community. And you should do that. If you are a teacher right now, if you are a subordinate, you can raise questions. You can ask questions, but professionally and politely. And the last one is being reflective. As a future IL, you should be reflective. You should promote self-assessment. Am I doing the right things? Or am I doing things properly? Or am I giving them my best? Or my practices are not yet that good enough? So you should be reflective, introspection, intrapersonal ability to look at the things that you do, think of, say. You should be self-aware. Know thyself, according to Confucius. We should know thyself. We should know our strengths, our skills, our abilities, and you should be open to. You should be open when it comes to your weaknesses. Let them know that you're weak in this point, and assure them that you're going to grow there by studying more, by preparing more, and you will need their support. You will need their assistance in that area, so that your teachers will become more open to you. You may or may not agree with me. If you are close, if you have a close relationship with your co-workers, then you're open to each other. You're open to things. You're open to talk about matters that need to be talked about. When you're close, you're open. When you're open, you're close. Those are beautiful ironies that we need to remember. Let them know your weaknesses. It's okay. It's a safe place. It should be a safe place, so that your teachers will tell you what they can and cannot do. And there, your opportunity to provide technical assistance. These are the key characteristics of supervision. It should be developmental, it should be supportive, it should be collaborative, it should be reflective. And by the way, it's important to, from time to time, send a message to your teachers. Kumusta ka? That's a really important question that you need to ask your subordinates. Kumusta ka? Okay? You just don't send a message to them because you have a task for them. You send a message to them because they deserve an empowering message, an inspiring message. Kumustahin nyo naman po ang mga followers ninyo, ang subordinates ninyo. I do that. I am managing at least 1,500 math teachers in the entire division. And I have a GC with them per grade level. We also have a GC for the entire secondary teachers and elementary teachers. I would send them a message, kumusta kayo? Kumusta po kayo? I would wish them well for the day. Hindi lagi, pero from time to time, naaalala natin sila that they have someone to depend on. They have someone na nag-aalala para din sa kanila. They too are humans, you know. And you too are a human. So, i-practice mo ang pagiging tao at makatao. And to cap this discussion, it's already 11:55. Please be mindful of the 5 p.m. Okay? 5:01 is for them. If you are a school head, if you are a leader, if you are a master teacher, please refrain from messaging your co-teachers at 5:01 onwards with tasks, with questions. It's their time already. It's their family time, me time, personal time. If you require them to do things beyond 5 p.m., pay them. Pay them for the extra hours that you require of them. They deserve that. Besides, there's budget for overtime work. That should be clear. I am an education program supervisor, but I limit my tasks to up to 5 p.m. only. At 5:01, that's personal time for them already. But if it's not inevitable to be asking for some of their time at 5 p.m., explain to them. They should know that you're asking a favor. They should know that it's their time that you're using. They should know that. They should hear that from you, that you're using their time after 5 o'clock. So that's it, friends, ladies and gentlemen. That ends the current slide. I'll just go to the chat box before I dismiss you for um, your lunch. It's already 11:57, 3 minutes before 12. Any more clarifications before we proceed to our lunch? Okay, the attendance form was submitted already by our moderator. Kindly access the attendance form. It's okay, Sir Ramon. Do you have clarifications? Okay, I think there's none. We are going to. Oh, okay. Sir Moderator, there's a question kung may AM PM attendance po ba? Isa lang po. Isa lang daw po na attendance for today. Okay, so I guess we're done for this morning sessions.
All
We'll
right. So
continue later. Thank you.
thank you so much, Sir Ryan, for that enriching session. We learned a lot, especially from the words of wisdom you shared among us. So I believe you still have a lot to ask, clarify, or insights to be shared. But since it's already 12 in the afternoon, please reserve all those for our afternoon session. And also reminder to our participants to please do not forget to sign the attendance. And for those who are latecomers in the platform, do not worry because we are going to upload the video on our YouTube channel. So we will see each other again this afternoon at 1 p.m. as we resume our afternoon session. So thank you everyone and please enjoy your lunch.